Boys, today we are going to black border Monkey Meadow with a fresh account. Now, we exited the tutorial early, so this is the lowest level we can possibly be. We're not even level 2 yet. So we'll start off by booting up Monkey Meadow on easy. We already have Quincy equipped, as that's the only hero we have access to, and we are going to start off by placing him right here in the middle. This is a very good spot for Quincy, as he gets to pop Bloons on this first path. They go around the loop. He gets to attack them a second time. They go around this loop, and then finally a third. Having 3 different paths that you can attack on is super good. On harder maps, you'll only get 1 short path, so this is nice and easy. Now, the nice thing about starting with a hero is that you get experience on him. You can see he's already over halfway to level 2. Each round gives experience to heroes, monkeys, and players, but we'll just start with heroes. They level up slowly throughout the game. They start off very weak, but as they gain experience, they get slightly stronger and stronger with every level. So you want to get them down early, and by the end of the game, they'll be one of your best towers. Now, the second thing each round gives experience for are monkeys. Now, monkeys will gain experience, and you can use this to unlock different upgrades. Right now, we've unlocked quick shots and long range darts on our dart monkey. And the third thing that you can get experience for is the player. Now, every level up of the player, you can unlock another monkey. You can unlock monkey knowledge points that we'll talk about in the future, and then access to different events. But for now, we'll just focus on the monkeys and hero until we unlock another one. So each monkey has 3 different paths you can upgrade. We'll unlock this one just so we can show it. Now, we have path 1, path 2, and path 3. So if we upgrade to sharp shots and quick shots, you can see that path 3 becomes locked right here. So you can only upgrade into 2 paths. This monkey would be called a 1-1-0 dart monkey because we have 1 upgrade in the top path, 1 upgrade in the middle path, and 0 upgrades in the bottom path. Not too important right now, but if you read the wiki or watch any guides, that's how they will refer to our monkeys, or to their monkeys. So if you want to be able to follow along, you want to learn that lingo, and I'm going to try to use it this entire video. So we, as a player, hit level 2. We're going to unlock the boomerang monkey, and we'll place one down. This is where experience gets a little confusing, because our dart monkey and boomerang monkey are now splitting experience for each round, and they get split by how much money we have spent on them. So you can look at the sell prices down bottom. Our dart monkey sells for $263, and the boomerang sells for $193. So the dart monkey will be getting the majority of the experience, a little over half. But if we got down a second boomerang monkey, we have now spent more money on boomerangs than dart monkeys, so now boomerangs will be getting the majority of the experience. And then heroes don't impact this equation at all. They just get their own separate experience. So now that we have 2 boomerangs down and a dart monkey, what we can do is turn on auto start. This will automatically hit play for us every round, and it just makes the game go by faster. It's a little more hands off. I find it more fun, but it is slightly harder, so you don't have to. You see, we got an ability on Quincy. Most heroes get an ability at level 3, and Quincy's is triple attack speed for a short time. So you would just click this icon in the bottom left, or use a hotkey, and he attacks really fast. Unfortunately, we popped the Bloons too easily to be able to really show it off, but it's a very nice ability. Abilities in this game are super strong and often overlooked because it is extra work. But if you want to beat around, use an ability, basically. You just have to be careful with the cooldowns, as some rounds you need to use abilities and you want them ready and available. All right, next up, we're going to get the attack shooter. There we go. We now have 3 monkeys to choose from, and we have some upgrades to do. Ooh. So for tier 2 upgrades, we're going to get enhanced eyesight, and we don't have enough for another one. So this gives us camo detection, which we'll talk about in a bit. But for now, oh, yeah, I forgot that we already upgraded this guy. So what we can do is we can sell by clicking this red button down here right below my camera. If we sell him, we'll get $263 back, which is about 70% of what we've spent on him. So you don't want to sell all the time, but you can if you want to be able to afford different upgrades. Let's just put a dart monkey. We'll move him just so that our cell wasn't like completely worthless. We're going to make this guy a 0, 1, 2. You can see, oh, let's unlock the bomb shooter. You can see these green squares show how many upgrades we have in each path. So that's another easy way to follow along, even if my camera is blocking the bottom upgrade. As for boomerangs, let's unlock faster throwing, faster rangs, long range rangs, and we'll leave it there. And we'll upgrade both of ours to 0 to 1s. This way, they attack much faster and they have a little extra range. And then we can hit fast forward. Clicking the difference between fast forward and normal just makes the balloons come 3 times faster. And it makes everything go 3 times faster. So most of the time we'll be in fast forward mode for this video. Let's see, we can start getting experience on other monkeys. We can just place down, oh, let's get the glue gunner. Honestly, super good monkey. So let's just place down a bomb shooter so we can start getting upgrades on him, and we'll put down a tack shooter. Tack shooters have very limited range, as you can see by that gray outline. This is how far it can see balloons, and it is much shorter than basically every other monkey we have, but it shoots so many projectiles that it makes up for it. When balloons are in its range, it deals a lot of damage. And it's typically better to put the tack shooter below the track because the attacks actually come out of the dead center here, and you can get several hits on one balloon. Now, you've seen some pop-ups about black and white balloons, and that is just the first showing of balloon immunities. So black balloons are immune to explosions, so our cannon right here, our bomb shooter, would do nothing, and white balloons are immune to cold, so our ice monkey would do nothing to them. There are lots of balloons with different immunities, and we will go through them as we find them. So we'll unlock the ice monkey, and round 24 is where we see our first camo balloon. Most monkeys can't see this guy. Like our boomerang, bomb shooter, and tack shooter would not have shot at that camo balloon. But because we have enhanced eyesight on our dart monkey, he can see it. And then Quincy can see camos at like level 5, I believe. Yeah, use his sharp eyesight to shoot camo balloons. He unlocked that at level 5. And then around 25, we get purples, which are immune to magic damage. But we don't even have magic monkeys unlocked yet. So not an issue. Now, we have several upgrades. Let's get more attacks and faster shooting. Make our tack shooter a 101. We'll unlock bigger bombs on our bomb shooter and faster reload and extra range. I guess we had more on that guy. And we'll make this guy a 110. This gives him more pierce, which means his explosions can pop more balloons at a time, and faster reload makes him shoot faster. And then we can go, oh, we have a lot of experience on our boomerang monkey. So let's unlock our first tier 3, which is bionic boomerang, and then we'll get red hot rangs. Tier 3 is really where the power starts ramping up fast. Tier 3 upgrades. You can see it costs $1,200. That's hidden behind my camera. It costs $1,200, but it is crazy strong compared to any upgrade we've seen so far. So we'll get red hot rangs and bionic boomerang on both boomers. And I guess we'll unlock the sniper. What you can see, I'll move my camera for you. Once we purchase a tier 3 upgrade, the other path becomes locked. The max you can get is a tier 2 upgrade in either other path. So you can never have a 033. The most you could have is a 032. And that's just to limit the power of monkeys. And the other path that's not the tier 3 and above is called crosspathing. So this would be a 032 bionic boomerang, in which case the bionic boomerang is cross-pathed with red hot rangs, if that makes sense. Cross-pathing makes a huge difference in your monkey's overall performance, in that we chose red hot rangs on this guy because it gives him extra damage and can pop leads. Had we gone with the top path, it would have had normal damage and be able to pop more balloons with each throw. And every monkey just has a better cross-path. You can figure that out through playing, or you can look it up on the wiki, or there are plenty of YouTube videos. I'll tell you what a bunch of them are in this video, but definitely not every single monkey. We won't be able to cover that in just one run. Ooh, level 8. We will unlock the Ace. Ace is a good monkey. And then we have quite a few upgrades to do. So, more camos coming around 33, and you can see only Quincy and the Dart Monkey are shooting. But we are going to make our dart monkey even better by picking up crossbow. And I wish we had enough experience for very quick shots. If you're going the bottom path dart monkey, you want to crosspath it with the middle path. That is the better one. But crossbow, let's see, gives the dart monkey more damage and more range, which is very nice. And then you also get this button up here that you can toggle between, which just makes it prioritize camos or not or just normal priority. That can be useful if you only have like one camo detecting tower, but for now we're fine. All right, we'll pick up very quick shots and make this crossbow a 0-2-3. We can go over to the bomb shooter. Oh, warning, camo balloons. This round must have a bunch of them. All right, we'll pick up heavy bombs, and I guess that's it. And our bomb shooter got a little better. Heavy bombs makes each explosion deal double damage, which is very nice. Extra damage is a huge thing in this game because it lets you skip layers. Once you get up to like black balloons, they have 2 balloons inside them, so one balloon splits into 2. And if you have more than 1 damage, you can do this thing called layer skipping, which is kind of advanced, but just know that each projectile goes like it goes farther because it does damage to all the children balloons as well, not just the main. So extra damage is very nice, makes rounds much easier. Let's see, we have a lot of money. Our boomerangs are carrying. The problem with early game stuff like this, when you're unlocking everything, is our first monkey to get a tier 3, we kind of rely on to beat the game, but it also gets all the experience because it's our only, because we spent all of our money on it. So we need to rely on the boomer enough to win while also spending money on other things. So let's get even more tax, and I guess longer range. And we'll make this guy a 1-0-2. So leads, can't really see them anymore. You need to use explosive damage or other upgrades that can pop leads, and that's why we have a bomb shooter or red hot rangs. But we got those down early, so they weren't a problem this run. We'll focus more on them later. Those brown balloons that we just saw were called ceramics, and they become a big deal later on into the game because their outer shell has extra health. I believe they have 10 health at this point, but you should be just fine with them at this stage. And now we have 8 grand. What do we want to spend our money on? Let's get down an ace. So ace is a global-ish tower that flies around the pad we put down. We'll unlock the mortar monkey. The only reason I'm skipping the sub and buck is because there's no water on this map. And although these are amazing towers, we can't use them. So we're going to get them last. And now we have a Moab class Bloon. The first one, it always comes in around 40. And it has, I believe, 200 health and then 4 ceramics inside. So we are going to use Quincy's ability. We're going to watch it slowly pop. And then we'll clean up all the insides. And just like that, we have beaten easy mode. So we'll exit to home. This thing right here, this egg, it sometimes looks like a chest. It changes based on the season. You can open it and get a daily reward. So day 1, we get 50 monkey money, which is nice. We can talk about monkey money later. Now, as this video gets older, more and more parts of the game will change. Heroes will be added, upgrades will cost more or less money, and monkeys will be buffed or nerfed. But the general concepts of the video should stay true. Maybe a monkey that's really good right now gets worse. This happens all the time as Ninja Kiwi wants to keep the game interesting and make all monkeys viable. So this exact guide might not work for some game modes in the future, but you can always watch new map-specific guides on YouTube to see what people are using these days. That way you can get up-to-date information as well as some general guidelines here from me. So we're going to go back into Monkey Meadow and we will open up the next difficulty, which is primary only. So still under the easy category, which means the balloons are slower, everything is super cheap, but the restriction this time is we only get primary monkeys, which luckily is basically all we have unlocked. We have a lot of militaries, but they don't have any upgrades. So we are fine doing primary only, and we will start off with Quincy once again. Now this time, I don't really want to get too many boomers, and instead I think we're going to focus on getting tack shooter experience. Tack shooters are fun and very good. So let's go with the bottom path and make this guy a 1-0-2 because I believe that's the limit of what we have unlocked so far. Oh, we can make him a 2-0-2. Huge. Get even faster shooting. Now, the thing with the tack shooter is right now it is shooting out 12 tacks per shot, which is super nice. They're not really targeted because they just shoot around it, but it can deal a lot of damage to a Bloon like that Moab we just faced. The Moab's hitboxes are so big that it'll get hit by all 12. But the downside to the tack shooter is it has like no pierce. You'll see each tack can only go through one balloon. So it can't hit too many at a time, but it can deal a lot of damage. Luckily, there are buffs that we'll talk about later that can give towers extra damage, pierce, attack speed, all the good stuff. All right, next, we will need a way to handle leads. So we will get down, a glue gunner. This guy, a lot of people meme on, but he is super good right now. And what we'll do, the glue gunner applies a slowing effect to any balloon that it hits. And because of that, we're going to change his targeting to strong by clicking this left arrow. This way, he will target the strongest balloons, which typically move faster. So the slow is nice on them, and it will give us more time to pop them. For now, he doesn't do much just because he's a base monkey. But once we start getting upgrades on him, it'll be super nice. We're waiting for this tack sprayer upgrade. And we're also sitting on a lot of money. Oh, something we can talk about is you can spend money to level up a hero faster. This is not common at all because it's a lot of money for like a very small increase in popping power. So we could spend $1,400 to upgrade Quincy to level 5, but all he'd get is camo detection. Now, once he gets really close to level 5, this gets less and less expensive because each experience point he needs is $1. So there are times where, like, let's say the camo was coming next round and it was $1 to upgrade him, we would do that. But we're not going to in this case. We're not going to spend $1,400. Looks like we got some upgrades for the glue gunner. Let's pick up glue soak and purchase it. This way, it now soaks through all the layers of the balloons. You'll see, even after we pop the layer right away, the balloon is still glued. All right, so we're kind of struggling. So we'll pick up another tower. We'll get a bomb shooter. And we'll actually go the bottom path. We'll get frag bombs. And we'll make this guy a 202. Frag bombs, just with every explosion, there are these frags, these little projectiles that you can see around the explosion that shoot out, and they also damage balloons. Pretty fun upgrade. It recently got nerfed. It used to be way better, but it's still fine. What else do we want? Looks like the tack shooter can get the tack sprayer or hot shots. We're going to go tack sprayer because overdrive will help us out a ton later on. So, tier 3 upgrade, you'll see that the top path becomes locked after we get it, and the 203 is better than the 023. So, now it shoots out 16 tacks per attack, and then the top path makes it shoot faster. And you know what? We're going to get another one of them because I like tack shooters. Make this guy a 203 as well, and we should be good. Now, we do have a camo balloon coming in on round 24, but just like last time, Quincy can already see it. So, look at that. He's the only one shooting. For round 33, we will want more than just Quincy, most likely. We do have 200 lives to play with. Each balloon leaked. Oh, so the way lives work is with every leak, it goes down. Unlock the monkey sub. If a red balloon leaked, we'd lose 1 life because 1 layer leaked. Red balloons are as weak as it comes. But if a blue leaked, we would lose 2 lives because you leaked a blue and a red, because reds are inside of blues, and so on. And once you run out of lives, you lose. On harder difficulties, you're only given 1 life, and that's when things get spicy. But for now, we have plenty. All right, let's get corrosive glue and bigger globs. So corrosive glue makes the glue gunner now apply a damage over time effect, and bigger globs lets it hit 2 balloons instead of 1 with every shot. So, and because we have glue soak, you'll see once the outer layer gets popped, they're still glued, and they still get the corrosive damage over time effect on them. Very nice. The damage is super slow, as you could tell, because it only costs a few $100s to get, but super, super good upgrade. All right, let's pick up cluster bombs, where our bomb shooter starts to get strong, and we can pick up missile launcher just because I feel bad for the middle path. And then it looks like our boomerang has some upgrades we can get. We'll get the Kylie, improved ranks, glaives. We'll get them all, I guess. Didn't know we had that much experience. But we will unlock our frag bombs to a cluster bomb, And now you'll see its explosions are much better. All those frags that used to just shoot out now also explode. So, very handy. And now we will just wait, I suppose. I would get more glue gunners to give him more experience, but glues don't stack very well. All right. Quincy can just handle round 33 on his own, which is nice. But we still have so much money. Let's get some more cluster bombs, I guess. Get down 3 more bomb shooters. Oh, there we go. They do fit. Make them 203s. Oh, we don't have that kind of money. Slowly make them all 203s. And I am assuming that Quincy can handle all the camos for this run as we stop at round 40. If we ever get in trouble, we can always activate his ability. So remember that. It's not a get out of jail free card, but it does help a ton. Oh, nice. So Quincy hit level 7, so every third shot, his arrows explode, which pop tons of balloons, can pop leads, just add some extra damage. And with the level we just hit, we unlocked Gwendolyn, which is our second hero that we can use. Nice. All right, we can unlock Glue Splatter, and we will be spending our money on that. Glue Splatter lets it hit up to 6 balloons per shot. Highlighting over the upgrade tells you what they do. So Bloon Dissolver can glue 1 additional balloon per shot and melts 2 layers per second. And then you can also highlight the one you just bought, and it tells you what it does. That way you're not just going in blind. Oh, I forgot we were going to upgrade the Glue Gunner. So let's get Glue Splatter. And we are probably able to beat the round or the game as is, but we'll pick up another tack shooter. Make this guy a 203 as well. And we will just let this go. Activate Quincy's ability on round 40, as it's always nice to pop that outer layer of the Moab early. And boom, we absolutely crushed that thing. Now, we will go back in. We can put on Gwen, I suppose. Why not? Get some playtime with a new hero. And then we actually won't be going back into easy because we need some more experience before we beat Deflation. And you'll see why once we get there. So we'll just hop into medium and hit play. Here, towers or monkeys cost what they're supposed to instead of being cheaper on easy. The balloons move a little faster, and we only have 150 lives, and we go to around 60. Let's start with 2 dart monkeys. That'll be fun. And then we can look at the upgrades we have available. We can pick up Moab Mauler and really big bombs. Nice. Now we have all tier 3s unlocked for the bomb shooter. Then the ace, we can pick up rapid fire. That way, we got all the green arrows to go away and nothing to bother us. So we have a lot of experience on our primary monkeys. So let's get down some military ones. We will put down a sniper off to the right. While it looks like he has very limited range, he actually has global range as long as he isn't blocked by obstacles. Now the only obstacles on this map are the trees, but you can see that he wouldn't be able to shoot anything in the red because the tree is blocking his vision. That's why we put him over here so we can see the whole track. But this guy deals 2 damage, I believe. So we are going to switch him over to strong. That way he targets the balloons with more health. And we just got enough for Gwendolyn. So let's sell our first dart monkey because that's the spot I want Gwen in. And we'll put her right in that corner. Gwen shoots fire at the balloons. Eventually will do damage over time, and she can pop leads. But unlike Quincy, she can't see camos. So just different strengths and weaknesses with each hero, and you're going to have to learn how to play around them. But Gwen, super strong hero. We will be just fine with her. Let's go over to our sniper and get FMJ and night vision goggles and faster firing. Fair enough. We'll make this guy a 1-1-0. He can now see camos, and FMJ lets him do more damage and gives him the ability to pop leads. So even though leads were not an issue since we already had Gwen down, they definitely are not an issue now. A lot of the time, on harder maps, players will pick up just a value sniper in a 1-0-0, and it will pop the leads for them for the early game. Let's see. What do we want to get experience on? We have $800. What we can do is just get our crossbow up and running. Make this guy a 0-2-3. Oh, we'll unlock the ninja. Very good monkey. We are finally getting access to magic monkeys, which is nice. Don't ask why the ninja's in the magic category, just accept it. But we'll make our dart monkey 0, 2, 3. So now we can either get experience on monkeys we already have, or we can place down the ninja. We'll be using the ninja a lot later, so I think I'm gonna wait on him. But something cool about him is that he has built-in camo detection. No upgrade needed, he can just see camos. Now, Gwen's level 3 ability is that she throws fire on the track, and any balloon that passes over it takes damage. And you can target it. So we're going to put it on this intersection right here. That way, as the balloons come through, they'll take a ton of damage, and any that live will go around this loop and go through it again. And we can just leave it there for the rest of the game. So I think we should continue getting tack shooter experience. Not sure how much we'll use him later on, but it's a nice cheap tier 3. So we'll get a 203. And then we can go over to our sniper and unlock shrapnel and large caliber and even faster firing. And you guessed it, we'll make this guy a 220. Not the crosspath I would go if we had everything unlocked, but this is excellent for spending a lot of our money, and it'll do just fine for damage. We're waiting to be able to unlock the sharpshooter on our dart monkey and overdrive on the tack sprayer. Tier 4s, just like tier 3s, have a big power spike, so I'm excited to unlock those. We can get the wizard monkey. Wizard monkey actually pairs really well with Gwen, so we can put down a wizard right here and just slowly get experience on them. The reason why the wizard pairs well with Gwen is they have the middle path is fire related, and Gwen buffs fire monkeys. Gwen also has this heated up passive ability with every 40 shots. It was just changed, so I'm actually not quite sure. Every so often, based on how many attacks she shoots, flames go off around her that pop balloons and give nearby monkeys a buff. I believe it gives nearby monkeys extra pierce and the ability to pop leads. So very handy. Do you have an upgrade yet? Oh my goodness. We are going to pick up Bouncing Bullet on our sniper, and this guy just became a machine, and we'll put him on first. Now you can see the sniper's bullets bounce from balloon to balloon, and the shrapnel applies on all of them. So the bullet bounces, and let's see if you can see the shrapnel. It's tough to see, but that little cone after, with every balloon it pops, it shoots shrapnel that damage other balloons. So Bouncing Bullet, big increase in damage. I don't know if I explained that well. It was kind of hard to see with how many balloons it is. There you can see the shrapnel pretty well. See these little cones? Each one is a little fragment that'll damage balloons behind it. And that was the previous upgrade. Bouncing Bullet makes the actual bullet bounce from balloon to balloon. But we made our wizard a 011, and then that was Gwen's heated up buff. You can see that orange flying around, and you get a little Gwen icon if you click on a monkey. We're going to have to pop round 40. And we have an overdrive, so that is not an issue. Perfect. And we can pick up super range tacks, why not? So we will purchase overdrive, and it now shoots silly fast. You'll see once the Moab gets there. I don't know if many balloons will get there. Oh, look how fast it shoots. And like we said earlier, the Moab gets hit by all the projectiles, so we are ready for it. What else do we want? That's the first tier 4 upgrade though, and you can just see that it does lots of damage. All right, we'll get the Alchemist, actually the best monkey in the game. But let's slow this down. See how much damage it does. Throw down Gwen's fire, and she will just melt all the balloons. Now, her fire doesn't do much to Moabs because it has a little damage, but a lot of pierce. So it can affect a lot of balloons at a time. That's why we used it on the insides of the Moab and not the outside. It wouldn't have done much to a tanky single balloon. So let's see. What else do we want? We can put an Alchemist down to start getting experience, because we will use this guy basically every game. But because we've spent so much money on the sniper and tack shooter already, it's going to be some pretty slow levels. All right, got Wall of Fire. Let's go. That's what we've been waiting on for the wizard. So now that we have Wall of Fire, he will start throwing down fire on the track, very similar to Gwen's ability. And it will be not constant, but pretty often. And we can get another just to get more experience on him. We can put him up front to to really thin out the balloons for everyone else. So you see, that was a fortified message. We'll wait for the fortified balloon. It should be a ceramic, I assume. So fortified balloons have double health, and they have this little leather strap that goes around them. So there's camo purples. I don't know why it gave us that message, I guess. So fortified balloons have double health. They can affect ceramics and Moab class balloons. And when you see them, they're kind of tough. Oh, they're fortified leads. And that's a fortified ceramic. See those little straps around them? Just means they have double health. Pretty scary in the late game. For now, it's not too bad. Level 18, we just get monkey money. Nice. All right, our alchemist is starting to level up. We'll get larger potions and faster throwing. This gives him more pierce. This lets him throw potions more often. And most importantly, lets us spend more money on him to get more experience. So I just threw down Gwen's cocktail, her level 3 ability, to help pop the camos. The ability can pop camos, she cannot. It's kind of funny that the Wizard's Wall of Fire don't until we pick up Monkey Sense. But don't worry about that. We'll make our Wizards 0/2/2s, and they can now see camos. So this run, purple balloons are actually much scarier than the previous one. Luckily, we have a sniper and dart monkey taking them out. But our Wizard and Gwen and Alchemist would not be able to pop them because they all have magic attacks. You can see them tanking the Wizard shots and nothing happens. And they also extinguish the fire, which is annoying. But outside of that, they're not bad. There's some fortified ceramics. See how they take a little longer to pop. Is there much else we want to get? We're still going towards the sharpshooter. So we can pick up... Let's pick up 2 more crossbows. Don't worry about this little rush. If we really had to, we could have always used Gwen's ability. And we have $13,000 to spend. We are just optimizing for upgrades right now. If we had spent all our money, that would have been not an issue. Look at this. We don't even have to use an ability anymore. And we can pop the round 50 Moab. So we only have 10 rounds left. And we're focusing on Dart Monkey, Alchemist, Sniper, and Wizards for experience. And I guess the Tack Shooter. Tack Shooter, we don't really need much more experience for a while. But the Overdrive is always nice to have. What do we... Oh, we just got Shimmer. We're saving up for Dragon's Breath, which we will get on both of our Wizards. Looks like we're pretty close to unlocking that. There we go. Our first tier 3 on the Wizard. So make them both Dragon's Breath. And they now have a Flamethrower attack. And that should be enough to win. Let's pick up Acidic Mixture Dip. Acidic Mixture Dip is the first upgrade that the Alchemist starts to be super strong on. Now he applies potions to nearby monkeys. Or any monkey he gives Acidic Mixture Dip to. Let's see, with this little icon you can see. They now have lead popping power. And they do extra damage to ceramics, Moabs, and leads. So, this guy does tons of damage to Moabs now. And gets applied to every single projectile. So it's super good on an attack shooter because it has like 12 or 16. I forget how many it has. But it's not as good on like a dart monkey because they only have 1 projectile. So, you just have to be careful. Acidic Mixture Dip applies the potion to just a random monkey inside his radius, whereas future ones will just go to the closest monkey. So out of habit, I put this guy closest to the tack shooter. That's why we put him there. And then I like to put my Alchemist on strong just because they have lead popping power and a damage over time effect. So it's just nice to get that damage over time on a balloon. I mean, we have $23,000 to spend, but we're pretty good. We got Gwen hit level 10. Most heroes at level 10 unlock a second ability. Hers is Firestorm. It lights the whole screen on fire. So if we use it, fire goes everywhere, starts all the balloons on fire, and gives every monkey the heated up buff that we were talking about earlier. So super strong upgrade, or super strong ability. It has a long cooldown, so be careful when you use it. I just knew we wouldn't need it for the rest of the run. Now we get the OG Super Monkey. Let's get him for the last round. Why not? Let's put down 3 of them, just for fun. And then we face the round 60 boss, which is a BFB. Inside this are 4 Moabs, and each side of each of those are 4 ceramics. So it scales pretty quickly. We should be just fine, though. Didn't even have to use Gwen's ability. And just like that, we took down medium. And we've started to get a ton of upgrades on our monkeys. So We can keep Gwen on. Why not? I don't want to log in, actually. You guys probably should, but this is just a new account for me, and I don't want it to overwrite anything. So we will go into medium, hit military only. Here, we may have wanted to start with Gwen, I'm now seeing, or may have wanted to start with Quincy, because the only thing we can afford in place is a sniper, which nothing wrong with that. We'll put him right here, and we will let him pop the first few rounds. We'll try to save up for Gwen, but we might have to get a second sniper. We still have 150 lives to leak, so we will be fine. It's just always nice to win without leaking. We could get a second sniper. Put him down right here. But I think we will do that. Let's get a second one. We'll do better once blues come because they have extra damage. It's just the sheer amount of reds that were giving us trouble. But now 2 can keep up with it just fine. And we should be able to save up for Gwendolyn. Round 4 is a notoriously difficult round, actually. But because the map is so long, we're doing just fine. Nice. Round 5, piece of cake. And after this, I'm hoping we'll be able to afford Gwen. We're going to be close. Each end of round gives you $100 plus what round you're on. So we got 105 there, I believe. So 105 or 106. I always forget. But we only need 25 more dollars. Put Gwen down. Make sure to get her down before the round ends so she gets that little bit of XP. Boom. And now that we have Gwen, we'll put both of our snipers on strong. So they target the strong balloons, and Gwen will take care of the ones in first. Nice. We do have an upgrade for the sniper that we can look at. Ooh, you know we're going to get supply drop and deadly precision. Supply drop's really fun. That'll be our first monkey that gets an ability outside of a hero. So I guess we'll be getting those this game. What else do we want? Oh, we should probably get some mortar levels. I notoriously dislike mortars, but they're a pretty decent tower. I'll show you why. I'm not the biggest mortar fan, and it's because you have to manually target them. It's fine if you leave them in one spot like we're going to do, but on harder maps, you have to like micro them, which is just you constantly change their targeting. And I like to relax when playing this game. But we'll just get some mortar XP because the bottom path can decamo balloons with the tier 3. So we're going to work our way towards that. But even a base mortar does like a surprising amount of work early on because each explosion does 2 damage and it's global. So the more work you're willing to put in, the better it is. And we will move Gwen's cocktail to that intersection. It's almost always a good idea to have it on an intersection. And then I guess we should pick up increased accuracy, which is what we just purchased, or what we just unlocked with experience. But we can work towards making our snipers better. This is actually a really good time to show you guys shrapnel. Once you get shrapnel, it's typically best to put them on first. And then you can see the shrapnel shoot back into the balloons behind the one he shoots. And we'll make this guy a 0-2-2, so he just fires that shrapnel more often. He's camo detection, shrapnel, and lots of attack speed. And then this other guy's just going to be chilling here for a while. All right, let's pick up Bernie stuff. This applies a damage over time burn effect, and then we'll also get faster reload. So now this guy will be a 0-1-2. Attacks faster, applies a burn, can pop leads. It's nice. It's a nice tower. We're getting it for oh yes, we have something that can see camos. I started to panic. But we are A-okay. Round 24 is where the first camo comes, but our sniper handled him just fine. Let's see. I suppose we can just get Bouncing Bullet. Bouncing Bullet will take care of basically everything. Do I want to sell this guy? You can sell him if you want. I'll keep him. Make him feel involved. All right, we got Bouncing Bullet. Hindsight, should have put this guy right next to Gwen to get that heated up buff, but it's not a big deal. Hey, we unlocked Striker Jones, the third hero that you unlock, and we can use him next game. He would have been good this game because he pairs well with mortars, but oh well. We'll get Signal Flare. Oh, and I wanted Rapid Reload, but all right, now we can get Rapid Reload. And we will make this guy a 0-2-3. Now, anything that gets hit by the mortar gets decamoed. And I believe its decamo is actually bigger than its normal blast radius. So it's actually a pretty reliable decamo. So we won't solely be relying on the sniper, which is nice. It's always nice to have redundancy. Our sniper was keeping everything at the front there. Do we... we need some single target damage. Let's go to this other sniper and make him a 2-0-2 and keep him on strong. This guy does 7 damage per shot, and he will be shooting pretty often. So we can actually upgrade to semi-auto. This guy will be a single target machine, which will help out a ton with Moab class balloons. And a little bit with ceramics, but mostly Moabs. I just need to save up $2,900. Not too bad. Especially since 37, 38, and 39 give you a lot of money. You can see the sniper slowly picking off those leads, even though the mortar and Gwen would have been able to handle them just fine. And we'll get semi-auto. And our snipers kind of pop most things at the beginning of the track. We could move the mortar up, but I'm just going to leave them there for simplicity. And what else do we want? Let's get an ace. Aces are really good. Now, he will fly around this dotted line, and you can change his direction with this button. He just turned around, and you can do it every so often. And then you can also change what flight he does. Now, figure infinite is pretty good in this spot. As you can see, he stays in the center of the map. And because he just shoots darts around him, you want him as close to balloons as possible. You don't want him like way off in the distance. So we'll just leave him on figure infinite. We will make him a 1-0-0 for now. And then we will unlock the Monkey Village. Can't use it this game, but the Monkey Village is very good. Very good tower. Let's see. Hey, we have enough to unlock full auto. That's a good time. Does a lot of damage. But we are actually going to save up for supply drop. Our first tier 4 sniper. I believe he gets extra pierce and bounces. So his attack damage goes up a ton, but he also gets this supply drop ability. Any tier 4 and 5 upgrade of the middle path gets an ability. And like I said earlier, abilities are very strong. So what does the sniper do? He gets a cash drop ability that when used, I believe we get $1,200. So just a way to get extra money, which makes the game a lot easier. Let's make our ace a 2-0-0. And then we'll be able to spend this money on this ability to upgrade our other sniper. See, we just got $1,200. Get full auto rifle. And our snipers are making tons of experience now, just because it's where most of our money has been spent. We can pick up Bigger Blast, Balloon Buster, Shell Shock. We're going to want that for when we use Striker Jones. And then I want Fighter Plane. Don't know if we'll quite get there, so let's pick up Sharper Darts. So this guy's a 2-0-1 ace, just flying around the middle of the path, or around the middle of the map. And we will just continue getting tons and tons of money. We'll use the sniper's ability. And if we're ever in trouble, we can throw down another sniper. For now, though, we'll just leave it as is, because I want our other monkeys to get some experience. I guess we can put down another ace. Why not? Make this guy a 2-0-1 as well. Put him on figure infinite. I don't want to clutter the screen too much because my recording will get blurry, but you could put down a ton of aces if you want. Looks like we just got an... Oh, I want Fighter Plane. But looks like we're a ways off of that. Can use Sniper's ability. We'll unlock the farm. We'll talk about that next game. There we go. We're sitting on $13,000. We could upgrade Gwen. If we get the experience, we can get our first tier 5 monkey and the sniper. But for now, we're just kind of chilling. Camos aren't an issue because of him. Single targets aren't an issue because of our sniper. And then we'll make tons of money with the supply drop. We have a nice, well-rounded team right now. You can see that Gwen's heated up is applying to both aces. It doesn't do much because our aces are our weakest monkey right now, but that's a-okay. We will probably just coast until round 60. That is unless we need some extra damage. The BFB is pretty tanky. Oh my goodness, we got fighter plane. Let's go. So now we'll make both of these guys 3/0/1s, and they get a missile that targets Moab class balloons. Just in time for the BFB too. Super nice. And then we don't even need centered path because that just makes them fly around in the center of the map. So we don't even need to unlock that right now. But we have Gwen's heated up and and cocktail. We'll be using both. Let's get the spike factory. That's a good tower. All right. Let's throw down Gwen's cocktail because there are 4 Moabs, and then we'll set the screen on fire once they're all popped. And we absolutely crushed. Let's go. Just like that, we beat medium. Let's throw on Striker Jones. Head over to... We will go to reverse. The exact same thing as medium, but the balloons come backwards, which is nice. We'll start with a ninja. We'll put him right here. I believe he'll be able to see the balloons at the start. Nice. So now we get the very start to shoot, and then we also have a long break. Get path 1, and then path 2. Or pass 2 and pass 3, which is, like I said, 3 passes is a lot. Start with the ninja. We're going to want to get some experience on him, and then we can save up for striker most likely. We'll be just fine. Something interesting about reverse mode is not only do the balloons come from the exit, but they also come in reverse order. So let's say if round 4 normally sends reds then blues, it'll now send blues then reds. It's kind of interesting. Oh, looks like we might have our first leaks. Yeah, we're going to leak a balloon. So you guys get to see. Sad. Oh, had we bought Seeking, we would have been fine. We'll go from 150 down to 149. Completely fine in a medium difficulty. We could have also just bought a Dart Monkey to not leak, or we could have upgraded our Ninja and not leaked, but I was too busy talking about reverse mode. But now we put down Striker Jones. He shoots a bazooka at the balloons, does explosive damage, and then he buffs bomb shooters and mortars. So that is what we'll be placing a lot of this run. Let's get Seeking and Ninja Discipline. These are 2 incredibly good upgrades, which is partially why the Ninja is so good. Now his shurikens seek from balloon to balloon, getting the most out of his pierce, and then he also attacks faster with Ninja Discipline. And sharp shurikens makes his pierce go up to 4. And because we have Seeking, he almost always hits 4 balloons. So it's a very nice upgrade. Let's see. I suppose we should get down a village. Not now, but village and striker work well together. It's super range on the super monkey. We got that upgrade from the 1 round we used him. And it looks like we can unlock some upgrades on the tack shooter. Just unlock those tier 3s, because why not? And we will continue on. All right. We don't have double shot yet, which is what I would like, but we can get down a bomb shooter. We'll pick up bigger bombs. We'll make this guy a 2/0/0 for now. We don't have to worry about camos because of him. And we don't have to worry about blacks because of the ninja. And then we don't have to worry about leads because of the bomb shooter and striker. So striker's level 3 ability targets the strongest balloon on screen. It's absolutely global. And he fires a missile at them that deals damage and stuns them. So it has a super short cooldown. So you can kind of spam it. You'll see, we can use it really whenever we want, but it's super nice for ceramics and Moab class balloons. So now this guy's a 2/0/0, make him a 2/0/2. And then we'll go back to our ninja and we'll pick up caltrops. Caltrops are super nice because it's just a second attack for the ninja, where he puts down spikes on the track. As balloons pass over them, they take damage. So you can see he just put one right here. And if the balloons ever hit it, they'll get popped. Now, at first, it seems like he takes time to put them down instead of attacking, but it's just completely on top of his normal attack. It does not slow him down whatsoever. So it's just a super nice upgrade. Boom. We'll pick up cluster bombs on our bomb shooter. And we will pick up double shot on our ninja. This is kind of a weird order just because we're waiting to get experience on the ninja. But we will slap this down. Double shot. You'll see the bottom path locked. So this ninja is a 3/0/2. And then we'll place down an Alchemist, because, like I said earlier, he is super strong, and we're going to need to level him up if we're going to want to beat the harder difficulties. Get larger potions, put him on strong, and then get acidic mixture dip. The only reason we're getting faster throwing is so he can get more of the experience. It's a super good upgrade. We just don't need it right now, other than to level him up faster. And we'll get Acid Pool. Why not? For even more XP. Normally, you don't get Acid Pool because it doesn't help buff other monkeys, but more money spent on him means more XP for him. So, Striker Jones. Ooh, we missed the level up. Now buffs bomb shooters and mortar monkeys, and we get this nice little icon right here to let us know that it's happening. I believe it's more pierce and attack range, but you can always look by clicking into them. So double click them. The big ones right here. Ooh, all bomb shooters and mortar monkeys on screen shoot 10% faster. And then the other one is black balloons are less resistant to explosive damage. Right now, I believe it's every other explosive shot damages black balloons, but it gets even better as he gets stronger, or as he levels up. That's what I should say. So let's get down another bomb shooter. Make this guy 203. The upgrade order doesn't really matter at this point. We probably should have gone, if you have the money, get to a 003, but probably should have gone 200 into 203. It doesn't matter too much though at this point. And then I am a little worried about round 40, but you'll get to see the power of Concussive Shell. I'm only clicking. Oh, we have Sharpshooter. Get Sharpshooter and Razor Sharp Darts. We won't place one down anytime soon, but that's okay. Alchemist. Hey, we got Berserker Brew. One of the best upgrades in the game. Berserker Brew gives extra damage, attack speed, and attack range to any monkey that gets this potion, and it prioritizes the closest monkey. So Berserker Brew, which is this icon on the right, will prioritize the ninja over others, while AMD, which is the icon on the left, is random. Pairs well with a ninja just because he has 2 projectiles, and once we level him up, he goes up to 5. Alchemist Ninja is a very classic combo. It's like kind of memed down because it's so good. And then we will get down a village. Villages buff everything in their radius. So we want to put it in a spot where it can affect everything. And you'll see what monkeys are affected based on what lights up. So you'll see every monkey has a white outline around them except for the bomb shooter on the very right. Luckily for us, the first upgrade makes this radius bigger. For now, a base village just gives them extra attack range, but they will get more soon. We'll pick up Recursive Cluster, which we don't have enough money for yet, but we might by the end of the round. That'd be very nice. Looks like we will. Pick up Recursive Cluster, and now every other shot just has insane explosions. Like, look how big those were. That was wild. All right, use Concussive Shell on this guy. You'll see he gets stunned for a little bit. And then the Recursive Cluster just cleaned up. Just cleaned house. We'll get bigger radius. And now, even this guy's in the range, which is nice. Kind of just waiting to get the Bloon Jitsu upgrade and the stronger stim. But we are going to pick up Recursive Cluster, which means we'll be getting mostly Bomb Shooter XP. Not really an issue, but camos are. So let's put the mortar right here. See, it's inside Striker Jones range and the village, but outside of the Alchemist. I don't want him stealing elk buffs, so we'll just put him right on the edge. Here, he would steal an elk buff. Here, he won't. See how the icon disappears? But we'll make this guy a 023 ASAP and just put him right on that turn. This will de-camo balloons. Then there are lots of camos that come in the 40s. So that's why we got him. The ninja wouldn't have been able to solo like he has been to this point. The thing about the village is the middle path gives camo detection, but we didn't have the XP on it yet, which is why I got the mortar. It's also nice that the mortar gets buffed by Striker. So there we go. You can see he was decamoing the purples. What else can we get? Spike Factory is really good. Oh, Druid is really good. So Druid, this guy. We can get a few of them down. We're going to put them outside of the elk range, solely because they're like an unupgraded tower. But we can just stick with 3 of them for now. They deal a surprising amount of damage because they shoot 5 thorns at the base level, but we just got these guys for experience. In a normal run, you would not do that. In a normal run where your account has like every monkey unlocked. But it's always nice to throw them in just to get some random experience. We're waiting on jungle drums. Hey, we get the engineer monkey. Let's go. One of my favorites. All right, druid. You're getting thorn swarm. Now, when they're all 0/1/0s, they throw 8 thorns apiece. It'll just be some nice extra damage. Can't complain. But we're waiting to get jungle drums, which increases the attack speed of every monkey in its radius. Like one of the best upgrades in the game. Makes them shoot like 17.6% faster. There we go. Super good upgrade. Boom. Now they all have this jungle drums buff. And now we're just waiting on Bloon Jitsu, which we're not even close to, unfortunately. Probably because we have so few ninjas down getting XP. That's fine. What else do we want? We can... Let's just get a spike factory at the end of the track. This guy puts spikes down during the round, and as balloons touch them, they get popped. Very strong tower. They have strats built around it. Our strat currently wouldn't be too good with it, because what you want to do is slow the balloons down with glues, stall them by pushing like Moabs back, which we haven't even unlocked yet. Basically, you want to pop the balloons super slow so that this just get a massive pile at the end. And the game takes a while, but it's a super strong strategy. Let's get Grow Blocker and Monkey Commerce. Nice. So the nice thing about Monkey Commerce, the bottom path, is it provides a discount to all monkeys inside its range for their base upgrade and tiers 3 and below. So a tier 4 upgrade, still full price, but you'll see this is supposed to cost $350 to get Hard Thorns and $850 for Heart of Thunder, but it costs $307.20 because we have that discount. So we'll make all of our druids 2/1/0s. And then we will upgrade bigger stacks and faster production and make our spike factory a 1/1/0. If you're wondering how I just upgraded those without clicking them, I have hotkeys. Hotkeys can be adjusted by clicking hotkeys and selecting whatever you want. What else do we want? I feel like this is good enough to win. We do have a lot of money, but I don't really want to spend it, if you know what I mean. Just hit level 27, and we're about to pop the Moab. Or not the Moab, the BFB and beat reverse mode. We can stun them by using concussive shell, but didn't even make the corner. So just like that, reverse mode is down. We're going to put Quincy back on and hop into, we're going to save Apopalypse for a little later. So we're actually going to hop into hard. Hard, the balloons are faster, things are more expensive, you only have 100 lives, you start on round 3, and you go to round 80. So this is where things get fun. We're going to start with Quincy, as this map, it's not quite where I meant to place him, but that's okay. This map is easy enough to where Quincy can handle the first few rounds all on his own. And even if he can't, we can handle the leaks. So we will be just fine either way. We can put down a dart monkey to help out, just because I'm anti-leak over here. Yeah, we're gonna leak a balloon, so you guys get to see. Sad. Oh, had we bought Seeking, we would have been fine. Don't really know. I guess we'll upgrade him to a crossbow. The reason I'm doing that is because the other two paths are pretty niche. So the top crosspath, or the top path, works great if you have a lot of obstacles, which this map does not, because his balls bounce off walls and can re-hit balloons. And the middle path is good if you get down a ton of dart monkeys, which we won't be doing. So that's why I've been going with the crossbow, because we're not going to do either of those strategies. But we do want some more glue gunner, wizard, ninja. We want more ninja XP. Get him down. He's going to carry us. We want to get that Bloon Jitsu upgrade. That thing is crazy. So let's get Seeking Shuriken, and we will just make this guy a 302, just like last game. Get a sip of coffee while we wait. Round 15 is the only one that gives me pause, because round 15 is like a notoriously difficult round. But with the monkeys we have down, we should be able to handle it just fine. We probably won't even have to use Quincy's ability. Just to be safe, we can get Caltrops, but that is probably pretty overkill. This will bug me, just being able to see that upgrade, but it'll disappear after we get double shot. So we'll ignore it for now. We need to save our experience for that Bloon Jitsu upgrade. Let's see. Going to round 80 is significantly more difficult than going to 60, because there are several crazy difficult rounds between those two. So around like 63 kills most people and ends the run. 64 is very difficult. 75, 76, 78, and 80 are all difficult. So there's 6 rounds that can get you. Just going from 61 to 80 alone. So now that we have this guy down, we have our double shot. We will get an Alchemist. And I'm actually going to sell our Dart Monkey, because I don't want him taking acidic mixture dips like he already has. So get rid of that guy, and we'll get Berserker Brew. Like I said earlier, Berserker Brew, one of the best upgrades in the game. And it works amazing with both Quincy and the Ninja. See, Quincy is now shooting 2 arrows at a time, which he gets at level 6. So both of these guys are shooting 2 projectiles. And then Berserker Brew and acidic mixture dip also get applied to the Caltrops. So those get strong very fast. And now we're going to save up for... I was going to save for Bloon Jitsu. I keep forgetting we don't have that upgrade. Leaving this guy as a 300 is very common. It saves you money, and you don't really need to crosspath it until monkeys are shooting faster. So, because we cannot get Bloon Jitsu yet, we are going to get a Dragon's Breath Ninja. I like to put him slightly behind our first shooters. That way purples don't extinguish his fire. I would like to have him up front to just make all the rushes smaller as they would pass through the fire first, but purples will get you, man. They only show up like 7 times all the way through round 100, but it's those 7 rounds that are difficult. Hey, we unlocked Oben, the last free hero. Oben will use going forward. Super strong hero for the early game and very beginner friendly. Quincy, if we wanted to get the most out of him, requires a little more. Like, we would need to level up the engineer to get his ability, and that combos well with Quincy. You need to buff him with alchemists. Gwen, there are some fire strategies. Striker Jones, there are bomb shooter strategies. But Oben, super easy. His early game is so strong that you can kind of get whatever monkey you want, and then he buffs magic monkeys, which are already strong on their own. Hey, we finally got Bloon Jitsu. So we'll just save up the 2970. And he will go from throwing 2 projectiles per attack to 5, which combos amazing with the Alchemist. So just to, we get stronger stim. Beautiful. And unlock the middle path. So to go a little deeper on the Alchemist, he applies these buffs to monkeys, and they last a certain amount of seconds or a certain amount of attacks, whichever comes first. And the reason why he works well with monkeys that shoot several projectiles per shot is because even though our ninja throws 5 shurikens, it only takes 1 charge of each of these buffs. So if he threw 1 shuriken 5 times as fast, it'd be way worse than 5 shurikens normal speed, because the buff would last longer this way. That's why he pairs so well with Quincy and the ninja. He also pairs super well with the tack shooter, the ace, the spike factory, just because they have so many projectiles per shot. So let's make this guy a stronger stim and pick up faster throwing. Now the middle path, if we made this guy a 420, makes the buffs last longer on a monkey, whereas faster throwing makes him able to throw out shorter length potions more often. A rule of thumb is if he is buffing 2 or less, so 1 or 2 monkeys, make him a 420. If he's 3 or more, like we have right here, make him a 401. It's kind of confusing to explain because like the different length they last, But rule of thumb, 1 or 2 monkeys make it a 420, 3 or more make them a 401. And you should be good. So now we're going to get down to village. And what's nice about this guy is all of our monkeys except for the alchemist already have camo detection. So we can just stop at jungle drums and leave it as a 200. I'm very tempted to pick up monkey business, but we're going to leave it as a 200 for now. And we will get our first farm of the run because I want to get some experience on it. So banana farms, they cost $13.50 on hard mode, but they produce bananas throughout each round that give you money back. So after like 20 rounds, this guy will pay himself off. It's very common to get 1 or 2 of these guys in the 40s because that's kind of when you hit a power spike. You can see our Bloon Jitsu and Alchemist and Wizard are just crushing the balloons, and we have extra money to spend. We're going to get increased production. Now they produce 6 bananas per round. I believe it's 6 instead of 4, and we'll just start printing money. And we actually have a ton of upgrades. So let's just go through them. The Wizard, we can get Summoned Phoenix and Guided Magic. We can click the arrow. We'll just unlock the middle path for the Ninja. We will get Lead to Gold on the Elk. Heart of Oak, Druidic Reach, Heart of Vengeance. Nice. What else do we have? Oh, the Spactory, we can get White Hot. The Village, we're saving up for the radar scanner, which we are very close. But that was a ton of upgrades. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. But we want to get greater production, which we'll probably get pretty quick. I'm purposely not spending money on other monkeys to defend because we want to get some experience on the farm. Here we go. Get radar scanner. That's a huge upgrade for us. Not necessarily for this run, but once we purchase radar scanner, everything in its radius gets camo detection, which is nice for other monkeys that don't have it built in. I'm debating if we wait until we have even greater production, or let's just upgrade our wizard now to a Summon Phoenix. Summon Phoenix recently got a huge buff to where now his flamethrower shoots 2 instead of 1. So pairs better with the Alchemist, and damage output's kind of crazy. So on top of that, let's get greater production quick. Make them both 200s. On top of having 2, flamethrowers, he also gets its ability where he summons a Phoenix that has a global flamethrower that just does so much damage. Has a kind of a long cooldown in that it has like a 45% uptime, but it'll crush some difficulties for us. Looks like we also have, we're going to want to unlock the bottom path next. What do we want to do? Oh, we should go back to the boomer. We haven't touched that guy in a while. We're actually going to want to get the top path. Make sure to collect your bananas because they will expire. Make this guy a 302 and we'll get 2 of them. So the top path, what it does is once you get to a tier 3, it bounces from Bloon to Bloon. So it does super well against rushes of ceramics, which is what we'll face in the 60s. But what we really need is more glaives if we want to crush it. I don't know if we'll get that much experience, but we'll at least try. And then we will pick up radar scanner just because our boomerangs don't have, now they have camo detection, but they didn't. As you can see, the only thing we're lacking now is single target damage, but we're not too bad with the Bloon Jitsu and Quincy. We should pick up a glue gunner is what we should do. The nice thing about putting a village here is it gives us a tiny bit of space to the left, which is where I like to put my glue gunner. I like putting my glues up front so they can apply that slow early on. And the balloons will be slowed coming into the attack range of our monkeys. And then another nice thing about this spot is he's out of range of the alchemist. So lots of planning went into that spot. We're actually going to go the bottom path. Bottom path is the best currently for the glue gunner, but all 3 are pretty strong. Middle path, super strong. Bottom path, like overpowered. Top path, good. I don't know why I went with that order, but it is what it is. Let's make this guy a 022. You can see they're kind of getting popped too fast, but his slow is a ton. Now, we haven't really talked much about regrow balloons, which are these heart-shaped balloons. But what they do is if you don't pop them for a little bit, they regrow a layer. And the problem is, let's activate the Phoenix. The problem is if you pop a ceramic into 2 rainbows and then don't damage them for a while, they'll grow back into 2 ceramics. This is called a Regrow Farm, as you can make more Bloons than there were at the start of the round. And it's a very common way to lose, actually. But our boomerangs will counter them, which is nice. Let's get long life and valuable bananas and make these guys 0-2-2s. Now the bananas last longer and sell for 25 each instead of 20. Round 63 is one of those rounds that I warned you about earlier. So we're actually going to turn off auto start and just see how much money we have at the end of the round. Ideally, we would have enough for more glaives, but we're not. We're like halfway there experience-wise. So we need to think of something. Hey, we got our first monkey knowledge point. We need to think of something to counter them. What we are going to do is actually get a supply drop. We'll get a 0-4-2, and then we'll get a 0-2-2 sniper. These guys aren't the best against the rush, but they are global, pretty solid, and they get a big buff from the alchemist. That's why I put them here. And we'll just work towards getting 2 supply drops. So here comes a huge rush of ceramics. See how far those are getting? We've been destroying the rounds, and they still got that far. Imagine if you weren't destroying the rounds. They would leak. Luckily, it gives a decent amount of money, so you can be set by the 3rd rush. But it's 3 rushes of ceramics on 63, so you need to spread out your abilities normally. We have just been kind of set because we've made a lot of money, like our farms have paid themselves off. And we're about to get a big upgrade from the farm, a big unlock. The monkey bank is huge, so don't forget to use that supply drop ability. We'll just watch and wait. Might be after this round. Nice. Unlock the monkey bank and make both of them. Ooh, we don't have enough for the second one. We'll turn auto start back on and we'll make both of them banks. So what banks do differently than normal farms is you don't get the money per round or like in each round. Instead, it goes in the bank. You can collect them and just get as much money as normal. But if you leave it in there, they make interest. So it starts compiling very quick. It adds up so fast to where we'll be making like on average $800 per round, but we'll just be collecting them when it's full. With no monkey knowledge, they cap out at $7,000 each. With monkey knowledge, I believe it's $9,500. So once they get to 7,000, we can click collect all. Well, the collect all will be 14,000. And it's just a huge cash injection into the business. We'll unlock Monkey Intelligence Bureau and Primary Training, both super strong upgrades. And we'll keep using Supply Drop, and we'll get another one. We don't have enough experience for a tier 5, unfortunately, but we're just waiting on some big upgrades. Let's see. Level 31, another Monkey Knowledge point. We'll get Necromancer and Arcane Mastery on the Wizard. We will get Rubber to Gold on the Alchemist. And then the Sniper, ooh, super close to at tier 5. We'll get our first tier 5 monkey of the account, I guess. Bam. Get that Elite Sniper upgrade. Tier 5s are crazy strong. So, once our banks are full, we can purchase that upgrade. We could do it right now, actually. Do I want to teach you guys to collect early? No, we'll wait. We don't need to rush it. We are doing just fine. So, what the Elite Sniper does is he provides extra attack speed to every other sniper on the screen, and then he also does some extra damage, shoots faster himself. It gets a better supply drop. It's just a really good buff. What else? Oh, and he gains an extra targeting. Unfortunately, the new targeting, it's called Elite Targeting, is pretty bad, so we're not going to use it. Honestly, probably could have got away with collecting now because since it caps out at 7,000, we're going to get almost no interest from this. But we will collect all, go to our sniper, and get Elite Sniper, our first tier 5 of the game. and we'll change him from elite to first. But you'll see, kind of crushes. He doesn't have the most single target damage, which we actually need, so let's get another sniper. Because we have the sniper buff from the elite sniper, which we can see from this icon on the very left, this guy will shoot faster than normal. So let's just make him a 204. You can see he also has the elite targeting, but we're going to put him on strong because this is our single target damager. What I would do in this case normally is sell both banks because we only have 2 rounds left. But we're sitting pretty, so you don't have to. Round 78, very difficult round, but we're handling it just fine. Use the supply drop. Now this guy gives 3,000 a pop, I believe. And then we can activate the Phoenix if you want. What I'm going to do is pick up the Monkey Intelligence Bureau. This lets everything in its range pop any type of Bloon. So now our Wizard and Alchemist can pop purples. The Ninja can pop leads. It's amazing. Normally you don't get it until the 90s, but because there's a special type of Bloon that we'll talk about there. But that's okay. Ooh, Moab Glue. That's where the bottom path starts to get really good. Now he can affect Moab class Bloons and he slows them down. It's awesome. It doesn't soak. I don't believe he needs another shot. Let's see. Yeah, he needs another shot, but that is a-okay. And now we face the round 80 boss, the ZOMG, which in it, you won't believe it, has 4 BFBs. So let's activate the Phoenix, Quincy's level 3 ability, and once we get down to Moabs, we'll activate his level 10, which rains arrows down. And even though that was a crazy strong Bloon, we popped it right away. All right, we unlocked another Monkey Knowledge Point, so I'll explain what those do now. You hop into the bottom right here, there's Knowledge. And you can see there's a giant tree of things you can unlock. Each one of these upgrades cost a Monkey Knowledge Point, and then once you get down, they also require money. Monkey money, which we already have some of. So this one, if you click, it'll tell you, farm and village cost 2% less and sell for 2% more. Or this one, Spike Factory gets +1 spike. All heroes get slightly increased range, and they get like super strong at the end. So like this bottom one, heroes receive 5% more for each hero placed. That's a co-op thing. But this is the good one. Heroes start the game at level 3. So Monkey Knowledge, you can spend them on whatever you want. There's some good YouTube videos out there that tell you like a good order to go. For the purpose of this video, we are not going to use any Monkey Knowledge, even though it's very strong. If you click that present, we are very close to unlocking the Dartling Gunner, which I thought we'd be at by now, but I guess not. And then let's throw on Oben and hop back in to hard. We're going to go to Magic Monkeys only, the last of the easy-ish game modes. Luckily, we can start with a ninja. I'm debating if I want to get Druid XP this game or Super Monkey. Suppose we can probably do both. So, get the ninja down, get Seeking Shuriken, and then get Ninja Discipline. Just a nice little path to go. And we won't even leak. Look at that. Beautiful. Even though we could leak 99 lives and be fine, we're going to try to leak none. So a super common thing to do is to get your ninja to a 201 and then save up for your hero. Just a 201 ninja is so strong early on that we can make the $700 save up pretty easily. And normally Caltrops won't make a difference to winning or losing a round if you're already at a 201. And like I said on the first run, we want to get our hero basically as early as possible. The first few rounds don't give that much experience, but you want your hero to be like level 3 really early. And then there are some just nice power spikes that the early rounds will get you a little closer to. Especially if you're going to round 100, you want to hit level 20 as fast as possible. The level 20 upgrade, which is the max level for each hero, is huge. All right, let's put Oben down. Oben, unlike the other heroes, his placement is not nearly as important, so we can put him down below, and you'll see it's because he has such strong seeking. See, they make like a 45-degree turn, and then he deals, I believe it's 2 damage per attack, and his level 3 is pretty good too. So His early game is just so strong. He does fall off, but I mean, we're crushing the Bloons. We don't even need to worry about it. So let's get double shot, get Caltrops. This will just be a super solid start. This is what we're going to do for Chimps, which is the hardest difficulty, or I guess the most sought after difficulty. So Brambles is his level 3 ability. Put him on the track, and they pop Bloons that touch him. They last 5 rounds, so you can spam them and just hope that he places them near the back. If you use Brambles while he's attacking, he'll place him on the Bloon he's attacking. So if you want him near the back, spam the ability when he's not shooting. And they'll last a while. So now we just already have a big spike pile at the end on top of having Caltrops every round. And then we'll put our Alchemist as close to the Ninja as we can, so Berserker Brew always gets prioritized to it. It'll be good. What's nice about Oben is even though Berserker Brew and Acidic Mixture Dip don't do much to him, they do a lot to Brambles, because this will only cost 1 use of AMD, but every pop or every spike in the Brambles now gets +1 damage to Moabs and ceramics and leads, and it has lead popping power, so it's nice. If you get both buffs on it, whoo, it can do a lot of damage. So if we wait till, oh, it might not get Berserker Brew. Alchemist might not be able to apply them fast enough. Oh well. You're gonna say you can apply Brambles when they have both buffs, and he goes crazy. That's kind of just like an early game thing, because Brambles falls off really fast. But through round 40, it's nice. You don't have to spam Brambles. I normally don't, especially on a map like this where we shouldn't leak. On an expert map, spam away. Get Bloon Jitsu. Oben does not have camo popping power, but his Brambles do, so you can beat rounds 24 and 33 with Brambles without needing something like a ninja. But now, as much as I would like to get a Dragon's Breath, we're going to get a Druid, because they, 1, pair super well with Oben. As you can see, he gets this buff. And 2, kind of crush in the mid and late game. We'll just make this guy a 0-2-2. I love the Druid of the Jungle upgrade, and then we'll need to do the entire bottom path for our Chimps run. So we need lots of Druid experience, so let's just get a few of them down. Just make them 0-2-2s. Why not? They have a surprisingly large hitbox, so you need to be careful here if you want to be able to fit them all. Why I'm putting them up front, there's no reason. That's just what I thought would be fun. Let's get Druid of Wrath. You'll make them all 0-2-3s. Normally, you don't get the Heart of Oak upgrade if you're trying to save money, but we're trying to get experience on them. So we made them 0-2-3s to spend more money on them, if that makes sense. And now we'll get Stronger Stim to make our Ninja amazing. And then we'll make it a 4-2-0, because really all I want him buffing, I want him prioritizing the Ninja. So even though there are 4 monkeys in his range, there's only 1 that I want him buffing. So I want that Stronger Stim on him as much as possible. Unfortunately, we have very limited camo detection. So what we will do is get down this wizard up here and go the bottom path that we upgraded a while ago, because Shimmer gives us a decamoer. See that purple flash that happens? We'll slow it down. Oh, he won't do it anymore. It just strips the camo property off of balloons, which is very nice, but the other upgrades of this path kind of put it to shame. So while it was helpful there, Unpopped Army is definitely the highlight of this path. So now he has a graveyard marked by this green number above his portrait. It caps out at 500, and he uses this to reanimate balloons that are just crazy strong. They go backwards against the track, and any normal balloon that touches them gets popped. So super strong upgrade. You want this guy up front like we have him to keep his graveyard full, because the balloons need to be popped inside his attack range. But as you can see, because we have him up front, he is staying at or close to a full graveyard. Oh, it looks like we have Oh, I was hoping we had Pop Lust. We're not really close to Pop Lust, but that's what we'll be getting next. We can get 2 more druids then. We want them inside Obin's range. They're like kind of a weird spot to put them. But we'll get those 2. Make them 0, 2, 3s. And now that we have 6, we can just wait. Wait until we have the upgrade. We should be fine for most rounds. 63 might be difficult, but as long as we unlock Pop Lust by then, we'll be fine. And our unpopped army's pretty strong. Now what I like to do is you can change the spawn point of the balloons. So I like to put them like right here, because now the balloons will really only pop balloons inside his radius. The reanimated balloons will only pop balloons inside his radius to refill his graveyard, but you also want them behind your main attack dealers, behind your main damagers, so that their pierce doesn't get wasted on balloons that would be popped anyway, if that makes sense. So this is a nice little spot, because the balloons will only get used if they get past the druids, but it should still be in range of the graveyard. See, he just shot up to 500. Something cool that we just got is Obin's level 10 ability, which is Wall of Trees. Put it down, and it just eats any balloon that touches it. It's like a giant brambles, but when it fills up, you get extra money. Plus 100%. So double money on these pops once the tree expires. Quick side note, we're going to upgrade all of our druids to Pop Lust, and we'll talk about that upgrade once we're done talking about the trees. So the extra money happens in every game mode except for Deflation and Chimps, where you can't make extra money. You'll just get the normal amount of the pops, but you'll see I didn't really let it show, but once the trees are full, they explode into a bunch of bananas and you collect them. On this game mode, I like to put the trees up front because we like the extra money. On Chimps, where you just get the normal amount, you'd put the trees in the back as a last line of defense. So, round 63, like I said, crazy difficult. We'll put down a Brambles, but because we got Pop Lust, we were able to beat it. So what Pop Lust does is it gives extra attack speed and pierce to all other druids in its radius. And this can stack up to 5 times. That's why we got 6 druids, because they don't affect themselves. But each one of these has the 5 Pop Lust buff, plus Obin's buff to druids, which is just extra range and pierce, which is super nice. This is a very common chimp strategy, one that we will be using to beat chimps, just because having these 6 druids gives you so much popping power for how cheap they are that you can save up to like basically any tier 5 upgrade. Very nice. So, what are we going to do now? What upgrades do we have here? Arcane Spike. We're going to save up for the Prince of Darkness, XP wise. And we will just keep using trees to get extra money. I don't think we're going to spend any more on the Ninja or Wizard, so let's get down to Super Monkey. The only upgrade we have unlocked for it is Super Range, so let's actually get down... Let's get down 3. All of them in range of Obin, so they get the extra... They get the Obin buff. And we'll make them all 0/1/0s for now. And from here, we'll be just fine. Slowly but surely, we'll get more upgrades. Oh, we can get Epic Range. Let's go. So the reason we're going the middle path is not only do they get extra range, but they also get extra pierce, which was like crazy good value because the top path, Laser Blast, just gives extra pierce, whereas this gives both. So it might mess up our cross paths later on, but we only have 10 rounds left. So I figured we'd just get the most value out of them for now, and then we'll have a bunch of upgrades for the next time we use them. We'll throw down some trees, unlock Laser Blast, and Knockback. Knockback is super nice because balloons get pushed backwards or slowed once they're hit. So we'll get Knockback on this guy, and we'll get Laser on the other 2. So you'll see once they get in range of him, the balloons actually get slowed. The BFB, or the Moabs, kind of popped him too fast, but just trust, they get slowed down. And then Ultra Vision gives him camo detection and slightly more range. So now this guy can see camos. We do have a shimmer, so it wasn't really the biggest thing in the world, but it is nice. We'll get Laser Vision on this guy, or Laser Blast. We can unlock Plasma Blast. All right, getting lots of XP. So the thing about trees is they're different than brambles. If you refresh them, they go back to holding 0 balloons so they can hold more, but it does explode. So Can't have more than one trees down, unfortunately. That would be fun to spam. See how much slower he got once he got in range of the knockback? Very nice. And then I guess we'll just pick up Plasma Blast. Why not? Plasma Blast lets them shoot faster, more pierce, and then also can pop leads. But they can't pop purples. A normal Super Monkey can pop purples, but once you pick up Laser Blast, they can't. Which is unfortunate, but purples do show up on around 78, but between our druids and ninja, we'll be just fine. Keep slapping down those trees just so we can get extra money. You don't have to, but I like the extra money. And it makes the rounds go faster because they don't live past the trees. So kind of speed running. Oh, we got the Robo Monkey upgrade and the Dark Knight. All right, we'll pick up Robo Monkey and we'll get it on this guy. Robo Monkey gives him 2 guns instead of 1. So gets to shoot twice as much, and you have 2 different targetings. We'll put him on first and strong. And so now our knockback got better. The only thing is it doesn't pair that well with the Alchemist because it doesn't count as 2 projectiles. It's 2 different attacks, which is lame. Whereas if we got like the Sun Avatar where he shoots 3 projectiles per attack, that pairs better with the Alchemist. But that's okay. Robo Monkey's a nice cheap upgrade. I don't know. Yeah, we can get it. Put that guy on first and strong. And now this guy shoots 2 Plasma Blasts, which is pretty epic. And we should pretty easily beat Magic Monkeys only. Nice. So, well, we probably got enough pops. Let's go. We unlocked the Dartling Gunner. Probably not going to use him this game, just because we're on the hard difficulties now and don't have much unlocked for him. But we can hop into hard double HP Moabs. Now, let's throw on Quincy, just so that we can start with a hero. Costs 585, slap him down, and hit play. So the thing about double HP Moabs is it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just like normal hard mode, but Moabs, BFBs, and ZOMGs have double health. So kind of a pain. Nice. We got them all. What do we want? We can look at the upgrades that we have. We'll get the Sun Avatar, because that's a super awesome upgrade. And then we will just leave the Alchemist as is. How much XP are you sitting on? Very close to the upgrade we'd need. So, doing just fine there. What do we want? We need a little more Boomer experience, so let's get him. We'll get him down to the right. We'll stray a little bit from our Ninja Elk, just because we'll be doing more of that later on harder difficulties. We'll go back to the middle path. Make this guy 022. Super strong in the early game, just because Red Hot Rangs gives him double damage, and then the faster rangs lets him attack fast. So he kind of crushes the early game, especially if you get the Boomerang Monkey knowledge points. They make the boomerangs way better. But what you can also do is if you want your boomerang to be a lefty, click this button, and now his boomerangs curve the other way. Kind of cool. Some maps, it's really good to have lefty boomerangs. This one doesn't make too much of a difference. Looks like we unlocked more glaives. Nice. That's the whole reason why I got this guy down. And then, do we want a tack shooter? Yeah, we do. Let's be honest, tack shooters are goated. Who doesn't like them? Make this guy a 203. Slowly but surely we'll get there. Oh, I'm almost done with my coffee. So, round 15, wasn't even worried. We did have an ability up and running if needed, but we kind of have everything covered. This guy pops leads, Quincy will pop camos, tack shooters tacking. But what do we want experience on? Glue Gunner. Glue Gunner is definitely something we need more experience on, so put him up front. Typically, you don't get one this early, but we'll just get a 0, 1, 2 for now to get some experience. And then we can continue. Well, I guess we want more for the wizard. We want the Prince of Darkness. We can get that. That'll be nice. So, suppose we can do that right now. Make this guy a 0, 2, 2. Starting with the Wall of Fire, because we don't need help with camos yet, but in the 30s we will. Plus Intense Magic, this bottom upgrade, gives him more Pierce. even on the wall of fire. So pick up Monkey Sense to get slightly more attack range and can pop camos. A more Monkey Knowledge, so these runs will be even easier for you. We're leaving the glue as a 0-1-2 for now. But we'll probably just head over to the tack shooter. Pick up an Alchemist. We'll get Overdrive first because we're doing just fine. I'd probably pick up a Berserker Brew if this were a harder map. But just for simplicity, we'll get Overdrive first. It'll crush. There we go. Quincy and the Wizard doing just fine. It's nice to have the Wall of Fire here. So the way Wall of Fire works is he puts it on the track closest to him unless you get the top crosspath. If you get the top crosspath, you can target it like Gwen's cocktail. But since we put him right here, he just puts it as close to the track as possible. And it's actually big enough to affect this this path right here. So it's actually a really good spot for the Wall of Fire. Hits Bloons twice. Now we have the Overdrive. We'll get down a Boomerang. We'll just get a Berserker Brew for now. It's unfortunate that our Glue Gunner's in his range, but not the biggest deal. Looks like we have an unlock for the tack shooter too. Nice. We'll get the Ring of Fire because there's a fun strategy that I want to show you guys later on. We will, I guess, get the Bionic Boomerang. We'll get a Bionic Boomer, and then we'll get down a Village. Get the Village right here. We built farther to the left than I normally do, but that's completely fine. Like I said, the tack shooter is good under the track, which is why I put him there. You'll see how much work he does on this Moab. Almost popped it completely as he passed over once, and we didn't even have a village on him. And all the buffs were probably on other monkeys. So here's the thing. We will be getting Radar Scanner, even though we're getting Shimmer. On a map like this, Shimmer is good enough. Use Quincy's ability. Oh, I guess we had the Wall of Fire. We didn't have to. I was just panicking because we didn't have Radar Scanner yet. But then we're going to pick up Primary Training. Makes all our primary monkeys slightly better as they get more projectile speed and pierce. Pierce being the big one. Our tack shooter, our Overdrive, is going from having 1 pierce to 2, so it got twice as good. And then you always like more things getting glued. Who doesn't? So let's pick up Moab Glue. Actually, it's pretty on time to get that these days. Back in the day, you would only get Moab Glue for the 90s, but recent buffs to the tier 4 have made this Relentless Glue upgrade crazy strong. So that is what we are saving for experience-wise, but still 4,000 away from it. I guess we can get Stronger Stim. That's a fun time. It's a great upgrade. It's just an upgrade of Berserker Brew. It's the same potion, just better. So extra pierce, attack speed, and so on. In games where you have to save money, it's kind of common to just stay at a 3-0-0, but Stronger Stim's huge. If your towers are strong enough, Stronger Stim's a massive must-get upgrade. Really, the only time you might not get it is in half cash, which is probably the most difficult game mode, especially if you don't have much monkey knowledge. In those games, you stay at a 3-0-0 for a long time, but I'll show you guys that when we get there. So I want to get more tack shooter experience. So we're going to go over here and get this really cool upgrade, Ring of Fire. So a 4-0-0, and this one is nice to go with the middle crosspath. This gives it more attack range and pierce, whereas the bottom crosspath would make it shoot more often. So the pierce is just huge on the fire because it just demolishes rushes of ceramics. You'll see on 63 when they get here, it'll melt most of them, if not all of them. Super strong upgrade. Normally you don't go for a Ring of Fire unless you need help with 63, but I want to unlock the Infernal Ring for you guys because we're going to do a fire strategy for Impoppable. Relentless Glue, that's got to be coming up. Ooh, okay. We get it next round. I think at least. So Relentless Glue not only slows Bloons more, but when glued Bloons get popped, they stun nearby ones. It's so good. It's so strong. Look at how much stalling we have now. So that'll just keep things in range of our attack shooters even longer. And then trying to decide what we want. We don't have any of our monkeys currently don't have tier 5 upgrades unlocked, which is unfortunate, but I got the Necromancer unpopped army and moved his spawn point down below. But I'm trying to think on what monkey we want, because we need to beat round 63 and keep going, but we don't have any strong monkeys. I mean, you just saw the Ring of Fire counter. Ring of Fire and the Relentless Glue countered 63 super hard there. Sure, we'll get primary mentoring. Why not? It's not the best upgrade. Most people stop at primary training, but just because we have the money, we'll pick it up. When we pick it up, reduces the cooldowns of primary monkeys, gives them increased range, and then the big thing is a tier 1 upgrade for free. So if we put a primary monkey in range of the village, its tier 1 upgrades are free. Super nice. Super nice if you're spamming primary monkeys. Otherwise, we're indifferent. We unlocked Permabrew, which is a tier 5. Incredible upgrade, as it applies a permanent acidic mixture dip and stronger stim buff to all monkeys in its range. It's just so expensive, it's hard to get. You can get it if you're farming, or if you plan on getting it in a normal game, but we're not going to get up to $64,800 in this run. So, out of reach, but we can dream. How much experience are you at these days? 15K? Getting there. Definitely getting there. And you have Turbocharge, and Moab Press is a great upgrade. But we'll pick up Turbocharge first. This gives him an ability to shoot 7 times faster and +1 damage for a short period of time. I believe it's 10 seconds. So, like I said, abilities are goated. If we're ever on a hard round, just activate Turbocharge. But we should probably get some stronger monkeys up and running. How close are you? Very close to the Prince of Darkness. So I guess that'll be our next upgrade. Prince of Darkness is the tier 5 upgrade for the bottom path wizard, and it is just an upgraded necromancer. Huge graveyard, spawns bigger balloons. It can reanimate BFBs and Moabs, and it's pretty cheap. Oh, if I have to go off memory, it's like 28,600. Oh, I was only 20 off. Let's go. 28,620. So pretty cheap tier 5 upgrade. And it is so strong through round 80. It has a slight dip off, but it counters some rounds in the 90s pretty well. It pops these things called DDTs, which are a big nuisance later on. Big DDT counter, which is nice. Kind of just cleans up everything. It does struggle against single target balloons, like ZOMGs. But once you pop them down to BFBs and Moabs, this guy shreds. So you just need a tower that can pop ZOMGs and stronger, while this guy will clean up the insides. Assuming he doesn't waste his entire graveyard. So you do have to be careful. Additionally, the more full the graveyard is, the more damage the wizard does. So once this guy gets upgraded, his graveyard caps out at 2,000, and he gets like, I want to say +8 damage to all of his attacks if it's full. So look at this. He now spawns in BFBs and Moabs. His range is massive. And yeah, his graveyard's 3,000. What was I talking about? I knew that. It's the extra damage caps out at 2,000. So even when he was only at 2,100, he still has max damage. But his graveyard goes up to 3,000. There we go. The Moabs survive longest. So once he starts spawning Moabs, which he actually needs to lose some of his graveyard to start doing, they survive much longer. That's why I moved it back. The spawn point back. Oh, here they are. These small guys, they go so far. It's crazy. Now we can kind of just coast through. I mean, we're on 78. One of the harder rounds in the entire run, and I didn't even realize that we were on it. How's Attack Shooter doing? 23,000? Getting close to both. Nice. To both tier 5 upgrades. So, what we are going to do is hop on over to Deflation after this, and you can literally leave your computer, because Deflation is just rounds 31 through 60, and you can't make any extra money. All right, activate all of your abilities here. Oh, I activated a little too early. You want to do the Storm of Arrows later on, but you'll pop the ZOMG no problem. All right, back to Deflation though. It's under the easy category. Oh, there's an event going on where you can get a free Insta-Monkey. Looks like we got 2 super monkeys. Nice. We're not going to use any Insta-Monkeys this video, but you can find them under powers, like Insta-Monkey. You can see we have 2 of them. In a lot of game modes, you can just put those down for free. I don't really use them, but if you have more fun putting down Insta-Monkeys, go for it. So we are going to put on Hbomb. We're going to go into easy Deflation. So like I said, this is from rounds 31 to 60, and you get $20,000, but you can't make any more money. So what we are going to do, put down a village, make it a 2-2-0. Put down Hbomb, a wizard, a ninja, and an alchemist. We'll make our wizard a 0-3-1, our ninja a 4-0-2, and our alchemist a 4-0-1. We do have some leftover money that you can spend on whatever you want. You can level up Hbomb, you can buy Acid Pool, but we are going to spend it on nothing. We're just going to exist as is, and we'll win through round 60. But we'll just speed up this footage to show that I do nothing. We'll make it a few seconds long, and then I will see you guys after Deflation is over. So I'll be back. But that was Deflation. You just go from round 31 to 60, pop the BFB, no big deal. You can see why we had to wait till we had some tier 4 upgrades unlocked, because you do have to win with only $20,000. You need some decent monkeys to do that easily, but with that, we are going to hop into Apopalypse. The thing with Apopalypse is the game starts the second you hit play, and it doesn't stop. So you got to be quick. Put down Hbomb right away. He'll beat the first few rounds for you. And then we will follow it up with a ninja. The thing about Apopalypse is that the rounds are different than standard. So we'll face camos way earlier. We'll face leads earlier, most likely, because the rounds are actually random in Apopalypse. They have limiters. Like, you can't face a Moab until, like, I want to say it might be around 40, might be 35. Not sure. Like, they have minimum rounds for stuff to start showing up, but camos can already show up. Leads can show up soon. Luckily, we won't be getting... I don't think camo leads can show up at all. Don't quote me on that, though. With this setup, we'll be fine. We have camos under control and leads unlocked with Hbomb. Apopalypse used to be way more difficult because you didn't get in between... You didn't get end of round income. Recently, they added that like 2 months ago, so... Got way easier. It used to be one of the harder... It used to be like the 3rd hardest game mode. But now it's not too bad. And funny enough, we're actually going to go tack shooters solely because I want to get the Inferno Ring. So, we will be going that route. Maybe get like a Ring of Fire. Oh, see, we already faced a purple on round 16. That's wild. Maybe get like an Inferno Ring. Or not an Inferno, a Ring of Fire in the village. Mix things up a bit, be able to handle a lot of rushes. The thing with Apopalypse is because you can have several rounds on the screen at once, because the second one round is done spawning, the next round starts. It's not when you pop them. So you can have several rounds on the screen at once. You need to have monkeys with a ton of Pierce, and then the final 5 rounds you're going to face like a ton of Moabs. So we need to have some single target damage. But Pierce is more important in this than a normal medium difficulty game. So... get this guy down, put him as close to the ninja as possible, just so when we place other monkeys, he will still be closest to the ninja, and we'll get Berserker Brew. Pretty chalky start, but Apopalypse kind of needs it. This is where we might differ, in that your run might be more difficult than mine, or it might be easier, just based on what Bloons spawn. It's the only one with random rounds. So, I'm trying to give you guys a super solid strategy, even if mine is super easy. I remember when I was black bordering Scrapyard, I got like, I was streaming it, had like the most difficult Apopalypse rounds I've ever seen. Like we lost like 4 times. Then I restarted my game, got a normal one, and we won first try. So if you're like stuck, it's worth a try to restart your game. Exiting to home and coming back, you get the same ones, or just hitting restart, you get the same rounds. So you can like make a plan, but if you completely close out, you'll get new ones. All right, let's pick up Bloon Jitsu. You're gonna start facing some difficult rounds pretty soon. What's nice about Caltrops in Apopalypse is that they stay for a while. So Caltrops are actually better in this game mode. Very handy. So let's get, do I want it right here? Oh, what we can do, we'll get an overdrive here. So make this guy a 203. Oh, I suppose I should say our ninja is a 402 right now. We actually have the Grandmaster Ninja upgrade unlocked. Huge. And we hit level 38. Dang, we're getting everything right now. All right, so unlock the overdrive. This guy's a 204. And then we'll go back to our alchemist. Lots of camos there. Kind of scary. Might want to get a village soon, because currently we are solely relying on our ninja for camo detection, or for camo popping power. We can always start on a brambles, but we're not getting trees this game, so at least not till the very end. Which is why we will get jungle drums into radar scanner. If you have different rounds where you're facing a ton of camos, you can pick up radar scanner first. That's pretty unorthodox, but if it's a difference between winning and losing, it's definitely worth it. All right, so Moabs are starting to come. Pick up primary training so our attack or overdrive gets better, and then we'll get stronger stim. Make this guy a 401. Actually, you can go either crosspath, because it's okay if we'll make him a 420, because we wanted to prioritize the ninja and the tack shooter. So that's 2. And then, oh, and just like that, we won. We had 4 grand left over. There we go. The thing about Apopalypse is you don't quite know where the end is, because these are around 61 and 62 that have already been sent. But just like that, we popped them all. I was about to get a Ring of Fire, but that wasn't quite needed. All right, now that we've beaten Apopalypse, we're going to throw on Quincy and head on over to half cash with this cool little silver border now that we've beaten all the easy and medium difficulties. But now we get the first difficult one. Half cash, notoriously one of the hardest difficulties in the game. So, especially when you have no monkey knowledge. We're going to start off with the dart monkey, and spoiler alert, we are going to leak. Eventually. We're going to get another dart monkey right when we can afford it. And then from there, hopefully we can go to a different monkey. So we've already leaked 9 lives. That's not really an issue. We will just go from this to hopefully Oben. We might have to get a 3rd dart monkey. We'll see. 3 dart monkeys is a super common start in chimps on the harder maps. So it's not really a big deal, especially because in half cash you can sell. And that's like the nicest thing, is having the option to sell. Can we unlock the Inferno Ring? Heck yeah, baby. All right. So what do we want to do with these dart monkeys? Are we going to go straight for Quincy, or should we get down a druid? I'm thinking we'll go for Quincy. If we can't make it to Quincy, we'll just stop at a druid, because we're basically already there. Was this 430? Okay. I don't know if we can make it to Quincy comfortably. We'll try, though. One more round. Round 10 is a little tough, especially at the end, but it looks like we're holding strong. We're going to put Quincy right here. So we'll start by having, we'll start with the ninja. Put him right where you want. I believe the ninja and Quincy have the same footprint. So once we have the money, hit your hotkey. They don't. Feels bad, man. And you can get pretty close to a perfect placement. That's something you can do mid-round if you have the money for one monkey but not another, to pre-place, to like prep it. It only works on PC though, unfortunately. Because phone, you'd have to tap. So we're good for the start. I'm debating selling our dart monkeys and working towards a druid. Druids are just so good. So we're going to put this guy to the right. We're going to make him a 1-3-0. So we had to unlock Druid of the Jungle, but this upgrade will absolutely carry us through the rest of the game. Not the rest of the game, through the entire mid game. We can see what these guys sell for. So $302. So once we're $302 away from the tier 3 upgrade, we can sell our 2 dart monkeys and upgrade the druid. Still going to be a little bit. Once we get to 2834. Wait, 2834. $834. Hopefully that'll be fine. We have Quincy's ability whenever necessary. Ooh, only leaked 1 Bloon there. On 22 is pretty... We'll use an ability on 23 just to make sure we don't leak. And the only reason I did that is because 24 is super easy because it's the camo Bloon round. All right, so it looks like we can sell our dart monkeys and get the Druid of the Jungle. Now this guy makes a vine. It one-shots anything that's a ceramic and below, and then it leaves thorns on the track. Way too strong. Not like way too strong, but super good in the early game. As you can see, it's keeping everything at the start. And then we want to get hard thorns so that he can pop blood balloons even with the vine. Super nice. Now we have to worry about camos. For 33, he might be able to solo them, but he won't be able to do that through the 40s, so we might as well give him some help. We will also need this guy to help pop the round 40 Moab. Luckily, he can take out a ceramic, the druid, once we pop the outer layer, but he's kind of worthless for the first layer, for the Moab layer. So that's okay. We will just get a Bloon Jitsu and probably a Berserker Brew if we have the money. Another nice counter to Moabs is a Hot Shot. Just because each attack does 2 damage, for how cheap it is, it does work against round 40. However, it does fall off very fast. But the reason why we might get it is because we could upgrade it to a Ring of Fire for round 63. I'm thinking that's the route we'll go. Seems like a decent plan. Actually kind of terrified because it's already around 37. Might not even have time for Berserker Brew. So let's start with Hot Shots. Unfortunately, we're going to make it a 302 to be better for round 40, but it will be worse later on. That's fine though. The way I look at half cash is you have to prep for the next scary thing. So the druid handled large rushes that were coming in the late 20s and 30s. And then the next scary thing was the Moab, which is what we'll counter with Hot Shots. And then we'll counter camos by upgrading to a Bloon Jitsu in the 40s. So this is all we care about right now. Use that ability. This is going to be close. It's okay. We get another vine soon. Nice. We only leaked a few lives. Honestly, we probably could have done better, but that's not too shabby if you ask me. Plus, if you have monkey knowledge, it'll be even easier. So after this, I mean, we can look. We'll just save up for a crossbow master. So let's get down our Berserker Brew. 40s are pretty scary. There we go, Berserker Brew, and we will, I guess, get a Bloon Jitsu and then a Ring of Fire. We could always sell this guy for the Bloon Jitsu. He's pretty strong except against camos is the one thing. Kind of struggles against those. So if we do need camo detection before we can afford a Bloon Jitsu, we'll sell this guy. Otherwise, we'll keep him. Not a big deal either way. We're kind of, I'm pretty sure, in the clear of everything tough, at least until around 63, if I'm not mistaken. Another monkey knowledge point. Didn't even have to use an ability there. Huge. Now I think we'll get Heart of Thunder. Heart of Thunder will be nice. Counters any rushes that are ceramics and lower. And then we'll work towards a village. We want to get jungle drums. And then I guess camo detection. In the radar scanner, we could also just get a discount and a mortar. It's not a bad idea. I think that's the route I will go. So let's get jungle drums. Will make us way better. Look at that. Didn't even have to use an ability for that Moab. Now this guy has attack speed 2. And then we'll go monkey business into monkey commerce. Every tier 3 upgrade is now cheaper. Unfortunately, we have them on everything but the alchemist. And then we can get our mortar, just get them way out of the way. Still affected by all of the buffs of the village. and rush a signal flare. Should be fine for now, but we're going to want camo detection ASAP. So just rush a 003 and then pick up faster reload right after that. There we go. Now we get all the benefits of radar scanner in that we have a D camo that's pretty reliable, and we also have a discount in Monkey Commerce. So from here, we have to prep for 63. We have to prep for 60 and 63. So what I think we'll do is get primary training and maybe one of these. I don't quite know where I want it though. Maybe right here. I lied. We'll get it over here. Put this guy on figure 8 or figure infinite, sorry, and get a fighter plane and get sharper darts. So he is a 301 fighter plane, and then we'll save up for Ring of Fire. This way, we got the anti-Moab missiles from the fighter plane. Also provides a decent amount of just normal damage. Those are some pretty expensive tier 3 and below upgrades that all got discounted. And then we will save up for this. What we are going to do, I'm debating selling. We're going to sell the Druid and get the Ring of Fire for around 63. Looks like it was not enough, so we'll use the Storm of Arrows, which is rather unfortunate. Then we will use Quincy's level 3 ability right here and pick up a Glaive Ricochet. Make this guy a 302. While we would love a more glaives, the Glaive Ricochet will do decent work, especially since he's buffed by a village and not a single thing leaked. Wasn't the best performance, but we didn't leak a single balloon. Maybe we should have sold something else, but it is what it is. We're going to pick up faster throwing on our Berserker Brew and save up for stronger stim. Like I said earlier in this video, we stayed at a 300 for a super long time just because it's cost efficient. But now that we do have a little more money, we'll be picking up the upgrade. Stronger stim is much better than Berserker Brew, but value-wise, Berserker Brew is crazy. So this will make our Bloon Jitsu at least do somewhat well in the 70s. And then we'll just need to pick up a more glaives, and then ideally Operation Dart Storm, but it doesn't look like we'll have enough money for that, which is big sad. We'll save up for more glaives, and then most of the rushes coming forward will be countered by that. We should be fine. Trying to think if there's any round I need to be afraid of. The camos on 78 might be scary. If our mortar misses, I would be surprised if it does miss though. Any big rush can be countered by Quincy's Storm of Arrows. If we wanted to be funny right now, we could get a discounted farm. They also produce half as much money in half cash, so they take forever to pay themselves off. It would be a terrible idea, but who isn't down for a terrible idea every now and then? Get him more glaives. This guy's an absolute machine. His how far the glaive ricochets is like kind of crazy. He has a ton of range, and ceramics kind of melt to him, which is nice. What else do we want? Oh, we could get Shattering Shells. I think we're just going to go with Heavy, though. And then we can pick up a Summon Phoenix to wrap this game up. This will be something nice that just has camo detection. We'll put it back here, I guess. Get a 032, and then I don't know if we'll make enough money, but we're going to try to get to a 042 Summon Phoenix. Might have wanted a Wall of Fire earlier this run, but like I said, we've kind of been chilling since round 63. I don't think we're going to make it to an ODS, so we'll just stay on plan. 75 is like surprisingly difficult because way more Moabs come out than you think there are. You can use Quincy's level 3 ability. Do not use his level 10 because you need that for this round. Activate his Storm of Arrows for round 76 and pick up Dragon's Wrath. 76 just has so many regen ceramics that you can actually make. You can either actually make a Regrow Farm if you have knockback, or 2, they just pierce cap all of your monkeys. Now, our more glaives does counter them a bit, but I doubt we would have been able to pop them all in time. Maybe between the more glaives and the Ring of Fire, but still would have been tough. Plus, we get Storm of Arrows back in time. Use Storm of Arrows for 78. On the big rush of ceramics, you'll know it when you see it because everything else in the round is easy. Then you should be able to pop everything pretty easily. A BFB will show up when the cooldown's about halfway over. And then we'll use Storm of Arrows on the ceramic or the camo ceramic rush. Should be right about when it's off cooldown. Might not even have to. We will though. A lot of them were still waiting to get decamoed because we were pierce capping out the mortar, which is always funny, but turned out to be fine. I actually don't know if we'll get enough money for Summon Phoenix. Half cash is tricky that way. You're not really sure how much you're going to make, but we only need $500 more, which is exciting. You can activate Quincy's level 3 ability if you want. I think I'm going to try to hold off just to show that you can. Oh, that's just so sad that we don't have enough for a Summon Phoenix. Out of spite, I'll sell the mortar because no more camos come. Get a Summon Phoenix. Use Quincy's level 3 ability, summon the Phoenix, and then once it's down to Moabs, you can use Storm of Arrows. Beautiful. And just like that, we took down half cash. Wasn't too hard. I mean, we leaked 10 lives early and then some in the mid game, but other than that, not too bad. All right, all that's left are alternate Bloon rounds, Impoppable, and Chimps. So let's do a run with Quincy for ABR, a run with Gwendolyn for Impoppable, and then a run with Oben for Chimps to round this game out. So ABR is even trickier than Apopalypse in that you face leads and camos very early. In fact, we might have wanted to start with a ninja because I believe camos come next round, but we'll be fine. Can't quite afford a ninja yet, but I think that's only 10 reds, so we can leak it. Oh, and a camo regen red. Let's go. Only thing about a regen red is that it's the exact same as a normal red. Ooh, 13 lives lost. Yikes. All right, throw down a ninja. We'll pick up Seeking, and then we do have to worry about a lead balloon. We'll probably just get one of those value snipers I was talking about before, a 100. So, get this guy up here. This guy will be in range of a village if we decide to put a village in the normal spot. And we'll just put him on strong and get FMJ. First lead comes on round 10, if I'm remembering correctly. And we will have just enough money to deal with it. I don't even know if we'll see it because the sniper will shoot it right away. I also was kind of blanking. But we will get this Seeking Shuriken into Ninja Discipline. Looks like we have some upgrades that I'm going to check out. Ooh, ODS would have been great last round. We'll just pick up those upgrades as well. Spy plane and centered path. And the mortar artillery battery is always a good time. So from here, we can just upgrade our ninja. Just the classic, make him a sharp shurikens, a 201. Kind of everything under control for now. What we can do is pick up night vision goggles on this guy because a camo lead comes in around 24 of ABR. So kind of have to just weigh your options. We'll probably have time to get double shot first. Seems like the play. We don't really need the upgraded sniper anytime too soon. And it's only like $270, so wasn't an issue either way. Keep them on strong. Camo leads are no longer an issue. Or at least a low amount of them, I suppose. Pick up Caltrops. And you guessed it, we'll get an Alchemist. The fun thing about Impoppable and Chimps, which are coming up next, is you get to see actual strats. Most of this video has just been unlocking monkeys and leveling up and covering the basics. But once we get to Impoppable, we'll break out the banks, make a ton of money, use a fire strategy, and then Chimps will use a druid strat. So you'll get to see the power of like an actual cohesive team of monkeys instead of just randomly throwing some together. So at this point, ABR gets a little easy. I mean, round 40, you face like a fortified Moab. I was going to say, you face a lot of leads in ABR, so it's kind of common to pick up a lead to gold because this one-shots lead balloons and gives you $50 extra per lead that it pops. The only thing is the sniper would steal a ton of its pops. So we'd have to sell the sniper and then deal with camo leads, which wouldn't be too bad because we have an AMD, but all right. I think not many leads come for a while, actually. was gonna say you guys convinced me, but I take it all back. We will get a Bloon Jitsu, and then debating between a village or stronger stim. We'll get stronger stim. Makes it pretty easy. And then in the 40s, I would normally get down a farm, but I'm gonna hold off because in case some of you guys don't like farming, I'll show how to not win without farming in this one, and then we'll farm an Impoppable. That way you get both sides. So, stronger stim. Get you. Make it a 4-2-0. Then everyone's happy. We can get a village. Oh, the leads did come. There we go. Make sure the ninja's affected by the village before we invest into jungle drums. And then we will have to use Quincy's level 3 ability here, because it is a fortified Moab. So it has double the health of a normal one. And then just click jungle drums because we'll want that upgrade in the middle of the round. At this point, we can sell the ninja. And up front, we will get a 0-0-3. Put him on strong. And then pick up larger potions. Now, he won't be able to hit camo leads, unfortunately. But any lead bloon that comes by, he will give us extra money for. So now, oh, see, there we go, plus 50 bucks. How awesome is that? You also get the full amount of money from popping the lead. So that's exciting. What did we unlock? Huge. We got primary expertise, and we can get Monkey Town. You'll love to see it. And then I believe we don't have... Oh, we have the Inferno ring, but we don't have the tax zone unlocked yet. So let's work towards that. Let's get a tax zone this game. How's that? So get an overdrive, pick up even faster shooting. We can get primary training to make our overdrive that much better. And then we'll pick up radar scanner. The only thing that I wish was different about this alchemist is I wish it gave us a counter for how much money it made us off of leads. That'd be cool. You kind of just have to pay attention. And I have already lost count. But it's got to be at least a couple $100, you know? What else we can do is pick up rubber to gold. This gives it a new potion that turns some bloons golden. Let's see. There we go. Oh, it was kind of hard to see there, but golden bloons provide plus 100% cash, which is double cash in this instance, but if you combo it with other things that give extra cash, they don't stack. So they don't stack multiplicatively. They stack additively, so it's just plus 100% base cash. But any golden one we get extra money for, which is nice. Now, you guys already guessed it, we're going to get a relentless glue. This will slow down all the Moabs that are coming our way, the fortified ones that are much harder than a normal run. Then we'll get a relentless glue, make this guy a 0-2-4, just like we're used to. And then ideally we get enough experience for the tax zone. And that'll be our tier 5 tower of the run. And I'm debating. It would be super nice to have Ice Monkey experience because the top path Ice Monkey adds damage to other towers. But I think we just don't have the time. We only have Impoppable and Chimps left. So we'll just have to go a different route. Do we want to use an ability? I didn't know you faced a BFB this early, but that's why we picked up the Relentless Glue for some easy pops. We're just going to save it for the tax zone and assume we get the money around the time we can unlock it. Might be silly of me, but it'd be cool. We're not getting the most, probably because we have so much money spent elsewhere. We could always get another overdrive if we get to the tax zone, which is about 21,000. I think it's 21,600. If we get there before unlocking it, we can just get like a Ring of Fire for around 63 or something. In general, around 63, I like more glaives better than Rings of Fire. I just wanted the experience on the tax shooter. So 402 more glaives. If you pick up 2 of them, even on hard maps, you destroy around 63. Around 64s can be tough though if you optimize too much for the ceramic rushes, because you get hit with a bunch of Moabs and fortified Moabs. So here, only at 21k. So looks like we will be picking this up just to get more experience. I made this guy a 4-2-0, as that does much better. Ooh, level 41. As that does much better against big rushes, which is definitely what we're weak to right now, because every other tower does better against single target. So, we don't really have a plan after getting the tax zone, but I think we're going to go for primary expertise. So I guess pick up primary mentoring while we wait to get the experience. And if we get the money before we get the experience, we'll just pick up primary expertise, which is also known as a PEX. Almost every upgrade has, I guess not almost every upgrade. Tons of upgrades have abbreviations. So primary expertise is PEX. Operation Dartstorm of the Ace is called ODS. There's lots and lots of abbreviations in this game that Reddit posts and wiki articles reference. So just be warned about that. That's why I've been trying to use the lingo of like 420 so much. Just so when you do look up stuff outside of this, you won't be completely lost. I'm so tempted. We'll get unstable. We'll get transforming. Oh my goodness, do we just have enough experience for them all? All right, we fully unlocked the alchemist. Let's go. You'll love to see it. Now we just need some XP. How close are we? 25,000. All right, we're right there. We can wait. We want the tax zone before the PEX anyway. Unless we're about to leak, then we will completely change our tone on this decision. Looks like Quincy just leveled up. What are you at these days? Level 12? Let's go. There we go. Fortified BFB. Pick up the tax zone. Bam, look at that guy. He just, he shoots out many tax. Super duper fast. That's all you need to know. Once something gets to him, you'll see. And then we'll save up for a PEX. If we get the money, it'll be near the end of the run. Actually, I'll guess we'll get it around 75. This is my official guess. And then we'll just coast to victory. The nice thing about the PEX is it gives even more attack range and pierce to monkeys, to primary monkeys, and reduced cooldowns. So the tax zone just becomes even more of a unit. Plus, you get tier 2 upgrades for free on primary monkeys as well, but we don't really need that this run. It's always nice getting like a relentless glue after the PEX because you get glue splatter for free, which is a pretty big upgrade to just get for free. It's pretty expensive. But yeah, just look how many attacks this guy shoots. It's crazy. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to afford the Bloon Master Alchemist. But if you guys want to try that out, super fun upgrade. Pretty terrible, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's pretty epic. Let's see. Around 75. This was my guess for when we'd get the upgrade. Looks like it might come true, depending on how many more BFBs come. Oh, never mind. I just like how slow they get from the relentless glue. All right, round 76. We're on the last few rounds of ABR, and then we get to go into the most fun two difficulties, if you ask me, in Impoppable and CHIMPS. CHIMPS is definitely my favorite. Coming from BTD 5, which was the precursor to this game, I really disliked CHIMPS at first because you can't farm, but now it has become my favorite. It's definitely a goated game mode. But from here, I think we can just coast. I don't think we need anything else. I'm just trying to think if there's anything we need XP on. The Druid? No, we're good. Oh, yeah, no, we're set. Fortunately, there's not much we will be able to afford for tier 5 upgrades. We can get acidic mixture dip, just in case some of you guys were getting annoyed. It's going to do absolutely nothing for us, but now it looks like this guy's filled out. And then we actually face the ZOMG on round 79, which is not a big deal, as our tax zone PEX will crush it. And then I believe we face 2 ZOMGs on round 80, which I feel like the first one always goes down so much easier. Probably because we shoot it from the very beginning, but who am I to say? I just play this game for a living. So, once we take down this ZOMG, we are off to equip Gwendolyn and start our Impoppable adventure. So, Impoppable is even more difficult than any of the previous runs, except for maybe half cash, in that you start on round 6 and you go to round 100. Everything costs more money and you only have 1 life. So the issue is, without monkey knowledge, it's like a harder chimps. It's a similar chimps. With monkey knowledge, it's pretty easy. I actually don't know if ninja wins here. We'll try it. I'll be sad if it loses. I have not had to do this in a long time, so hopefully it wins. We're just going to rush Seeking. Those, ooh, nice. I was starting to get nervous. As long as we beat this round, I think we're good. All right, get Seeking, and then we're going to go towards Ninja Discipline. Just realized the light was off. Hopefully I wasn't too in the shadows. Ooh, we'll get down to Dart Monkey. That was really sketchy. There we go. Get the Dart Monkey down earlier. Sorry, I was not at the computer. And we'll continue on. It's kind of funny, my bad. All right, get Ninja Discipline. If you want, you can sell the Dart Monkey now. I'll get Sharp and then sell this guy to get to Gwen. So the official opening is Ninja to Dart. All right, let's get Gwen down. I think it was Ninja, Seeking, Shuriken, and then Dart. So, Caltrops are always nice, but they're not needed. This guy having so much Pierce even beats round 15. Remember to put Gwen up top. She doesn't have Seeking attacks, so you want her to be able to shoot down the track. Here we get a lot out of her Pierce just because her attacks go with the track for so much. If we had put her down here, let's say, we would not get very much out of her attacks until they come down the second path. So now that we have that, we will put her cocktail on the intersection and pick up Double Shot. You can see this costs $1,020. Everything's just so expensive here. I believe so. Everything, all the prices are based off medium. I believe hard is 8% more expensive and Impoppable is 15% more expensive. Somewhere around there. It's on the wiki. You can look it up. Pick up Caltrops. And then we have to decide what all we want to get and where. I would love an Alchemist, but there's no but. I would love an Alchemist. We're going to get a Wizard first, though. So we're doing a fire strategy, meaning most of our monkeys are going to be fire themed, which is kind of exciting. We're going to get a bunch of Dragon's Breaths and then an Inferno Ring, which I find super fun. And I'll also show you guys how I like to farm. So there are boss events, which we now have unlocked, that require just the most amount of farming you can imagine. Those are fun. That's probably what I get most enjoyment out of beating the boss every week. But a little casual bit of farming in Impoppable mode, that's a good time. All right, let's pick up Bloon Jitsu. Ooh, do we have enough for Berserker Brew and Bloon Jitsu? Probably. Pick up Berserker Brew, and then we'll get Bloon Jitsu. If you ever find yourself in trouble, you can always throw down a cocktail. Remember, we have this wall of fire down here that hits the intersection. So even though the balloons are getting to the second pass, they're going to get popped at the end of the second pass, and we still have a full wall of fire for the third pass. So we're fine. Nothing was scary there. We'll get a Bloon Jitsu. We'll get faster throwing. You can decide if you want a Dragon's Breath or a stronger stim. Up to you. I'll be going Dragon's Breath first, just to mix things up. Unfortunately, we could not get it before the Moab, but that's okay. And I used Gwen's cocktail like once we were about to pop the Moab. There we go. And now we will unlock Call to Arms, and we will save up for a farm. 1,500, put a farm down. Upgrade it to a 200, and then we will get down a second farm. We have enough defenses to last us at least 5 more rounds. So get this guy down. Bang, bang. And now we can debate if we want to get a village or if we want to upgrade our farms. And I'm definitely a farmer. So make this village a 230 banana bank. We'll make this money pretty fast. And then we'll not have to collect from this guy anymore, which is nice. And then we can go back to defending. So 43.80. So expensive in Impoppable. There we go. We have our first bank. And the second farm, we are going to leave alone. If you want to greed, you can make this one a bank now too. But just to be safe, we will get stronger stim and a village. Put the village in the bottom right corner of the square, which is definitely my favorite spot for it. And make it a 2-0-0 and just leave it as is. Our defenses have gotten quite a bit stronger now as we got stronger stim and that. And what we will do while collecting bananas is put down another Dragon's Breath Wizard. You can start off by making it a 0-2-2, but we'll save up. Monitor the bank. It'll fill up eventually, and we don't want to just waste money. If it can just sit at $7,000 doing nothing, just wasting time, that is definitely something we want to avoid. You can work towards upgrading the bank. We'll make this a 2-2-0, just so that we're a little bit closer. And then we will get yet another Dragon's Breath. Once Gwen hits level 11, I want to say, is when fire monkeys get that attack speed buff. She makes them attack like 10% faster. So we want to have a few Dragon's Breaths up and running for that. They're already strong in the mid game, and Gwen's attack speed buff makes them even better. So it's a good time. Get this Dragon's Breath, and now a little tip, you can turn auto start off because the interest gets applied at the end of the round. And once this runs over, or once this round is over, we can collect 69.31. That's beautiful. Get that bank down, and then we have $4,000 to spend, and we will do it in excellent style by getting down 2 more wizards and working them towards Dragon Breaths. Make sure they're in range of the village. We will work towards a Ring of Fire. So this is about the mid game. Oh, we can turn auto start back on. It's about the mid game. Once Gwen hits level 11, these guys will just get a buff on them. I want to say it's level 11. It doesn't look like it is though, based off this. Get that Wall of Fire and Monkey Sense. Pretty soon here, we will upgrade our village once we get the tack shooter down. But for now, leaving it as a 2-0-0 is fine. If we had more room, I would have made it a 2-0-2 and gotten a second village, but that is something for a different map. I suppose we could have done it here, but it is what it is. Round 63, kind of a piece of cake. I slowed it down to show you how well Dragon's Breaths do against this. You don't even have to use an ability, and watch them just shred. They barely got past, like one Bloon made it around the loop. All right, we're going to pick up Grow Blocker, and then we will get Radar Scanner. Not really a big deal currently, because it really only gave Gwen and the Alchemist count detection, but what we're about to get is very nice. And we're going to go a weird crosspath on this tack shooter. We're going to go for a 4-0-2. Like I said, this is the worst crosspath for it, but it's better for the tier 5. Keep monitoring this guy. We'll turn auto start off because it's pretty close to full. Just keep an eye on it. 2 banks is enough, but what I like to do, we can give it another round. I'll be pushing it with full monkey knowledge. You just let them fill all the way up. And actually, it might have been better to collect before this round, but they're at 7,000 each. We don't really need anything right now, so we can get down. Oh, pro tip: get down a 0-0-2 village. Get down 2 banks inside the range of the discount. Makes them way cheaper, and now we have 4. So once these are full, instead of having 14,000, we'll get 28,000, and we'll get down like 3 more banks, and we can upgrade this guy just with the round income. This won't die anytime soon, so we don't need to rely on the bank's cash generation, which is nice. Pretty common if you're confident that you're not going to lose, like you're popping everything right away, you can be a little greedier, a little more greedy, and get down more farms. But if things are a bit sketchy, you can always just work on defenses, because even with one bank, you'll have the money to win. It'll just be a little harder later on. The more farms you get, the more you trade in mid-game difficulty for end-game difficulty. So like each farm we buy makes the mid-game a little harder, but it makes the end-game easier. Luckily, we're kind of in a spot where both aren't too bad. So here's my thought. We are going to pick up a MIB, not because we need one. We don't really need one until the 90s, but purples come on 78. And while I think we would be fine because we have a ninja, I just would rather be safe than sorry, and we have the money. Our ninja is the only thing that can pop purple balloons right now. And if it gets pierce capped for whatever reason, we would be sad. And $9,000. Definitely worth it, especially since we would buy it for the 90s anyway. But now, every monkey with this cool little monkey tux buff, this monkey in black, men in black buff, they can pop every single type of balloon. What are you at? Ooh, turn auto start off. And then we will, oh, I thought that'd be the end of the round. You're just coming so slow. Collect all. We will just fill these. Ooh. Get bigger radius to make sure this one's cheaper. Sell the farm because we can't, or sell the village because we can't fit any more as range. Sad. We have 13K and not much to do. So I guess pick up another bank. I didn't see how much that was. Can we afford another one? No. Big sad. I guess work towards another one, and this will be the last bank that we get. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 banks? What is that, like $63,000 if we're completely full? That's a decent amount of money. This guy will be a little behind the others, but we can just collect once these guys fill up. Which, we'll turn auto start on, will be in the 80s. So one big thing about the 80s is that after round 80, so rounds 81 and up, ceramics change to super ceramics. This is to reduce lag and also increase difficulty, because super ceramics, instead of splitting into 2 rainbows, they split into 1 rainbow, and they will never divide more. Like rainbows just go into one zebra, I think is below them, instead of 2. However, super ceramics have 60 health instead of 10. So they're a lot more difficult to take down, but they have less children. So it's tough, especially when they become fortified. They have 120 health, but you need to focus on super ceramics more as the games go on. Luckily, we can handle these right now, but let's see. You can kind of already tell that they're not splitting nearly as much as they used to, just by how many children are coming out. But they're tanky. They're tanky boys. So what we're going to do is pick up the Ring of Fire as soon as we can. The fortified super ceramics, pretty difficult to take out, but we'll get the Ring of Fire, and then we'll probably go for a permabrew. Typically, if you go Ring of Fire, you get a primary expertise with it, because I won't spoil anything. You'll see why. It's pretty awesome. It would have been smart for us to go like a 202 village and a 032 village, just so we can get both. That's called double discount, and it's super common. I don't think we'll be able to do it in chimps, though. I like to have a little more space than this to do it. All right. What are you guys at? Round 85 has 2 ZOMGs. We kind of struggled against the first one, and now these have super ceramics in them. So if you want, you can throw down Gwen's Cocktail on the second one, and then just get ready to pop the Firestorm. Looks like we did just fine, though. Heated Up is about to get a big buff, which is nice. Turn auto start off. Fortified BFBs, kind of a doozy. Throw down a Cocktail. They'll help out a ton. Now, 87, pretty tricky. So we're going to collect all, sync everything up, get the Inferno Ring, and then we'll save. So the Inferno Ring gets targeting. We'll put him on strong. and he shoots this meteor that just does so much damage. I want to say 300, but it has 1 pierce, which is why we want it buffed by an alchemist, and then we'll give it this guy. This is why I wish I would have done something slightly different with villages. A primary training gives it an extra pierce, and a pex will give it even more pierce. So we'll just leave it like this, and you'll see this guy does work. But what we can do is upgrade. Oh, I didn't know we had the XP for that. We'll try to get a Wizard Lord Phoenix. I would love to get a Permabrew as well. So Wizard Lord Phoenix is the tier 5, and it gets a 3rd flamethrower as well as a much better Phoenix. So round 90 is the first time that DDTs come, and they're these black blimps. They're super fast, they have camo, and they have the lead property. The nice thing is they are not very tanky, but you have to be prepared. That's why we have this MIB. In the 90s, you almost always want a MIB. There are ways to get around it, but that's a little more complicated. It's like AMD stacking if you want to Google those. Or you can get a glue storm. You can look up glue storm videos. But for the most part, a MIB is your best friend in the 90s. It also ramps very fast how many Bloons you face. So just I warned you guys, you're gonna face a lot. 93 has more DDTs. We're just slowly getting worked into facing them. There we go. Luckily, the Inferno Ring kind of slaps them. Kind of slaps them around. So we need 60k. 94 has oodles and oodles of Bloons. The most we've faced so far. There's tons of BFBs and ZOMGs, but our Ring of Fire doesn't mind too much. 95 has layered regrow purples and leads. The regrow doesn't really matter too much because nothing splits these days. In the once 81 comes around, there are no splitting of children Bloons, but the layering of purple and lead can be difficult without a MIB. Then you face 30 DDTs layered with reinforced Moabs. So if you don't have lead popping power, kind of dunzo. We'll use the Phoenix for this round. And then something that I like to do with banks, not everyone does it, but because we'll be collecting these all at the end of this round, we'll only have 3 more rounds. So, and they don't produce that much money at the start of their like collections. What I like to do is collect all, and you can sell all the banks. You technically don't have to hit the collect all because you get the money out when you sell them. Now we have 176 grand. So we'll get the Wizard Lord Phoenix, the Perma Brew, and the Pex. And we'll get that just so it looks cool. And pretty soon everything will have the Perma Brew icon, the AMD icon, and everything's getting buffed by Gwen. She's about to hit level 20. We are really hitting our stride. 98 is the hardest round in the game in a normal Impoppable or Chimps game, and they didn't even make it past the first pass. Gwen hit max level. 99 has fortified DDTs, which can really get you if you're not ready. And then we can just do that. And then we face our first bad of the run. The level 100 boss. You face the strongest Bloon you'll see outside of bosses. This guy has 28,000 health. And inside it has 3 DDTs and 2 ZOMGs. But we can pop our Wizard Lord Phoenix's ability. I call this the Lava Chicken. It's just a Mega Phoenix. Shoots lava balls. Goes crazy. But that was Impoppable. Our Inferno Ring led the way. No surprise there. The fire strategy did us well. However, in Chimps, you are not allowed to make extra money. You only get the standard amount. So we won't be able to just get all the tier 5s like we did last time. In Chimps, you have no continues. You only have 1 life. You can't make extra money. No monkey knowledge. No powers. And no selling. Selling is a doozy. That's like way more important than everyone thinks it is when they first start. But like, remember we got the Dart Monkey to help us with Impoppable and then we just sold it? Can't do that. So, let's start with the Ninja. Luckily we know this start works from last run, from the Impoppable run. because we also start on around 6 here and go to 100, but things are cheaper. Impoppable things are the most expensive, but you can sell and there's monkey knowledge and you can use powers. Here, things are normal, the normal price of hard. So chimps might actually be easier than Impoppable since we don't have any monkey knowledge, but normally Impoppable is just like a fun farming event. That's how I look at it. Pick up Ninja Discipline, get Sharp Shurikens, and we're good. Now we're set. This is exciting. The Poplust Druid strategy is a classic that almost every player starts off using. It is super strong on single lane maps like this, and you also need a decent amount of space. Monkey Meadow doesn't have the most space because it's like kind of skinny right in here, but it has enough. Some maps have a lot less. What we are going to do is save all the way up for Hbomb. And we are going to put him right to the right of the ninja. Might be tempted to put him down below, but we want a lot of this area to fit druids in. So to the right is a good call. Like I said, it's pretty thin here, so make sure you're separating, like putting your monkeys all the way up, the ninja and Hbomb all the way up. That way you'll have room to put stuff down below. Especially once we get to thicker boys like druids. I don't know why druids have a bigger hitbox than ninjas. They look the same size to me, but they are definitely bigger when it comes to putting them down. They're like sneakily chonky. Now we just kind of get to chill. We'll put down an alchemist. Suppose we can do that now. Get it to a berserker brew. You guys know the drill. You've seen me do this start like two or three times. I actually had to re-record this entire video because I did this whole run with a new account days before a giant update came out, and I didn't want it to be way different right away. It's okay if this video gets outdated as the years go on. The prices will change, the stats of monkeys will change because Ninja Kiwi updates stuff regularly. However, the lingo and the base ideas, how to beat different difficulties, should stay about the same. So it'll be good knowledge. It's just following me monkey for monkey may not work. I probably should have said that way earlier in the video. But I guess we can just overlay that, do a little voiceover at one part. So let's throw in Bloon Jitsu, and then we really get to start the druid strategy. Once again, I wouldn't mind getting a discount village, getting 2 of them. It's pretty common to place down 2 villages, like one here and one here, and get discount on them both because they stack the bottom path. The Monkey Commerce 5% off stacks. And then you make one a primary training and one a MIB. That way you get both buffs and the discounts. Super common in chimps. It's kind of like alternate farming is how I see it. Makes the mid game a little harder because you have to buy 2 villages, but then everything's cheaper. So the end game's easier. It's like an alternate form of farming. Do I want faster throwing? We will later on. Let's just get it now. And then start spamming brambles. We want brambles down for 40. We should pop it pretty easily, but the more brambles we have down, the easier it'll be. They last 5 rounds, especially since he has both buffs. Remember how I said it could do like 300 damage if he had AMD and Berserker Brew? There we go. Oh, they didn't even make it to the second brambles. Nice. So, let's go like this. Okay, good. Get jungle drums. And then we can also get radar scanner. Why not? Just make the village a 2-2-0. Nice and simple. Spam brambles if you want. I'm going to be too busy drinking water because I'm really thirsty. But if you want to, you can spam it. Normally we space this druid out so that he wouldn't be prioritized for the elk buff, but he'll become our main druid. So put him as close to the alchemist as possible. Just upgrade him to a 0-1-4. A lot of the time you can just stop at Druid of Wrath, but we have the money. Just get down a 0-1-3 and save up for Poplust. You'll see this guy already has the 1 Poplust buff from the first one. So we'll just make our first 2 Poplusts, and then we will get down 4 more and just keep them as Druids of Wrath. So make sure to squeeze them all the way left and then all the way down. And that's about as good as I can get it. Make it a 0, 1, 3. Then we only need to place 2 more. 0, 1, 3 again. And this guy. Oh, I lied. We need to place 1 more than this. I don't know what I was talking about. So this is 5. We need to get to 6 Druids of Wrath. Make sure he's in range of the village and Oban. So that's a good spot. You can make this guy a Apopalypse. Make him a 0, 1, 4. And then go back to all your Druids of Wrath and make them Apopalypse as well. Nice and easy. With every single Apopalypse, we get much better. And we can already tell how strong we are. I mean, right now the ninja's handling it, but if anything gets in range of the Druids, they get smoked. They get absolutely clapped. So we will get down this Apopalypse right here. There we go. Now all of them have this 5 Apopalypse buff. You can go around and make sure. To get them to all have 5, they all have to be in range of each other. That's why we squeezed them in so much. And then we get to do something fun. We get to get a top path druid. You want this guy to be the farthest back, like pretty far back. So he's all the way at the end of the first pass, but he also has range of over here. And we will make him a 302. This way he has extra range. This gives him extra attack speed, and he gets the tornado. The tornado blows anything smaller than Moabs, so ceramics and blow, back towards the entrance. It knocks them back. Now, on its own, it's okay. But when it's buffed by 5 Apopalypse, it's crazy. Now, we do have a wall of trees. Target it near the back and put it down. Remember, it doesn't make any extra money in chimps, so just have it as a last line of defense. And then this guy. We want this guy in range of the village. And we will get another 401, because the more druids that are buffed by alchemists, the better. Oh, this is around 63, and you can see how easily we're popping it. It's like not even an issue. This is kind of our peak druid Apopalypse performance is right now, and we are going to save all the way up for an Avatar of Wrath, a $48,600 upgrade. And we honestly should get there pretty easily. You don't need to use any abilities. We're just going to coast. You can look at which one you want. You want the farthest forward druid to become the Avatar of Wrath. So this guy. And if you're not sure which one that is, you can just look at whoever has the most pops. We also want this guy because he's prioritized by the alchemist. So it's a double win. So just make sure he has 5 Apopalypse. He gets affected by the village and the elk and Oban. And we'll save up. Probably until round 83. Seems like that's what it is. 82, 83-ish. And then we'll just pick up a ton of support. So the thing that I haven't talked too much about so far in this video are support monkeys. In normal games, like easy, medium, and hard, support monkeys aren't really needed. And those are like the Relentless Glues, the Moab Presses that I don't even think I've placed one, the main Moab Sniper. All these do are slow, stun, or push back Moab class balloons. Not a factor really before round 90. So what we do, even in chimps, is we basically get all of our damage out of the way as early as possible. So we're going to get our Avatar of Wrath in the early to mid 80s. And then we really won't need any more damage. What's better is just slowing the balloons down so that the Avatar of Wrath can pop them. So once we get this guy upgraded, we're going to get down a Relentless Glue. I don't even know. We do have main Moab. Let's go. We'll get down some Moab Presses. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I had the XP for that. A Glue Storm would be lovely. Oh, sad. Looks like we're not getting a Glue Storm. That thing is really good. And Overclock is nice. Don't need it though. The Mib is a support monkey, in my opinion. That's like a mandatory one. But it is funny how much money we make in the next couple rounds. Like, oh, we're still so far away. We're like $25,000 away. Not even halfway to the Avatar of Wrath. And then the next thing you know, we're there. trying to think if there's anything else cool I could involve. We never use the Dartling Gunner, and we never unlocked the Beast Handler, but there's a quest that shows off this guy. And we never used the Ice Monkey. Oops. Ice Monkey's good. Not gonna lie, that's a good monkey. We just didn't really get around to him. So, around 78, 30k. What level is Oben? 14. Once he hits level 20, we'll refresh the trees because they get much, much bigger. So it'll be a better last line of defense. I don't think anything will reach him, but just in case, you never know. Yeah, I think we're good. We can probably just fast forward. Unless I think of something profound to say. Oh, I do have something to say. So the reason why we want the most forward druid to be the one that becomes the Avatar of Wrath is because at tier 3, the Druid of Wrath, it gains attack speed the more damage he's done. And this caps out at plus 100% attack speed, but it resets if he stops attacking for 2 seconds or more. So we want him up front so he's always the one attacking. He gets like the best opportunity to constantly be attacking because that double attack speed is crazy strong on this guy. There we go, around 82. We get the Avatar of Wrath. Additionally, he deals more damage the more Bloons are on screen. Now it does cap out, but that's why he's so good in the 80s and 90s, is because there are so many Bloons on screen and his damage scales with it, and the attack speed scales the more damage he's done. I mean, it caps out pretty quick for the Avatar of Wrath, but still nice. All right, now we'll pick up a Mib. This is a bit early, but this guy does not have lead popping power, so we really want to make sure he does by the time DDTs come. And now we'll get our Relentless Glue. Maybe we'll get it farther back. It was in range of the Alchemist anyway. So let's get him. Put him on strong. Make him a 0-2-4. So the Mib and the Relentless Glue are our current support monkeys. And then we get to decide what else we want. Oh, so is this guy, because he blows back ceramics. The Druid of the Storm. So, we can either decide between a Maim Moab, or we can get some Moab presses. Moab presses combo really well with Moab, or with Relentless Glue, because they just push back a set distance, and this slows them down. So the combo works very well. Makes it really hard for like ZOMGs and stuff to make progress down the track. So here come the DDTs. Fortunately, they don't have the most health, so we don't like max this guy's attack damage out, but you can already see it doesn't really matter. He does work. So what we are going to do is level up and get a monkey knowledge point, and then get 2 Moab presses in back. We will make these guys 2-0-4s. Put them on strong. So there was a debate for a while. What's better, a 2-0-4 or a 0-2-4? This crosspath going with a 2-0-4 gives them way more pierce and knocks Bloons back farther. Whereas the other crosspath makes them attack faster and knock them back more often. But because you need them for the 90s, you don't want them getting pierce capped, and the extra knockback distances. Super nice. So if anything makes it to them, they'll just push them back. Any Moab class Bloons will get pushed back, and then this guy's Tornado will push back any ceramics. But we're on round 95. This is a difficult round normally, but we've just we're set up for success right now, honestly. We kind of have everything countered. We're just saving up for Recall to Arms at this point, which is just a fun ability that you guys haven't seen. So when activated, it doubles the attack speed and the pierce of every monkey on screen. And we'll just use it for probably around 98 and 100, or maybe just 100. We'll see. I'll probably use it for both, though. Around 97, 2 fortified ZOMGs. Pretty scary, honestly, but not too bad. All right, our Avatar of Wrath is attacking. Activate the Call to Arms, and you can just see the damage. I mean, look, it's going up. It was going up by like 100,000. It was crazy. And then based off the cooldown, it'll be back in time for round 100. Oben hit level 20, so we can refresh those trees. Not a single Bloon even made it that far. And once this guy's attacking, activate it again, use brambles, and bada bing, bada boom. We popped the bad, got an insta monkey, got our CHIMPS medal, 300 monkey money, but most importantly of all, we got our first black border, and we did it with a fresh account. So boys, I hope that helped. We went through the lingo, the experience, different monkeys, some combos, every difficulty, what monkey knowledge does, what some insta monkeys do. If you want to see me black border a map on my main account where I full monkey knowledge, and we could do a harder map like Infernal or Dark Castle, maybe even Ouch, who knows, depending on how long we want the video to be. Just let me know. But with that, boys, I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one.